that, we can talk about the draft. And a guy, I mean, we're talking about Eternal Envy a lot, Abed. Some people, I think for even like a 6-month period, some people consider him the best player in the world. I don't know if you guys were up there, if he's a top 5 player, but I know for a while there, you have Abed. You can win. You could be outdrafted 99-1, and you have the Abed factor who could win a game. Where's his Meepo been? Where's his kind of crazy heroes been? We haven't seen him much.
They played. I think they played Meepo once that I saw.
Yeah. Why not again?
Yeah, true.
Just kidding. Obviously, if there's good heroes, you don't pick it.
I think he's good, but I'd say his laning is a shade below like the top 3, and I think that his overall gameplay, he's just not. He doesn't play with the same pace as like a Miracle.
Okay.
He's good. He's very talented, but I don't believe that this new style of Dota is as suited to him. He is probably like the best puck in the world. It's either him or Armel.
Yeah.
And I feel like the pucks and the quaps and the storm sort of becoming less meta hurt his play style because he's more of that flashy mid player.
Hyper aggro.
Yeah. He's not the DK. You know, he's not looking to even play Mirana in my estimation. But we'll see.
Yeah.
He could probably play a mean Tinker. I know he's got a great Tinker.
Yeah. But Tinker, that's one of those heroes too. Like if you somehow lose the laning phase, you're in a pickle. Unless your supports are staying. How do you do that? Like nowadays, as support, because you want to be in the lane with your core, right? When do you stack for your middle laner, right? Or is it just the middle laner stacks Ancients for himself and that's it nowadays?
I think it's a bit of both. I think a good mid player stacks his own Ancients.
Yeah.
Though.
Usually supports don't have time to leave their lane.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
That's it used to be that you could have roamers, your 5 position could just secure your safe lane and then leave in the first like 2 or 3 minutes. Nowadays, just battling, bruising 2v2 for 6 to 7 minutes, and there's just so much to do around the map. The bounty runes, the actual runes, and the information game being so important. When I think about a support's role in this patch, it just doesn't matter if you lose. Like, you have an obligation to a lane. I am a babysitter or I am securing a core, because if you secure your core of the lane, you can leave them alone. You can take over their lane. There's so many options, but if you lose one lane terribly, you're stuck dealing with it for so long. Like, the recovery period of bad laning stages is just so long this patch.
Yep, and I'm looking, going through, we went through Eternal Envy and Abed. The guy right below him, you see DJ. This guy, I mean, especially at the summer, one of the time, Kyle, wait up. Before we talk about the Tiny first pick, DJ, I mean, at the summit, I think they didn't even win the tournament, and I would say he looked like the best player at the tournament, besides maybe Sumail. This guy, he's one of the few playmaking 4s besides like GH who can take over a game by himself.
Yeah. The issue with DJ, I would say, in comparison to like, let's say Roger or no, they're gonna Mirana, I believe, or Ench. Wait, Ench is banned.
Yeah, I think with the bans, I actually like Ursa a lot.
I could see it, but I think they're less greedy. Like Roger and GH are far more team oriented. I think DJ is incredible, and as far as raw talent goes, he might have the most, but it's innately difficult to judge that because he's all in. Nice call on that pick, BSJ. But
thank you.
He's so, I don't want to say selfish, but he's about making plays, and he's enabled completely by his team. Yeah. Like, they late pick his hero very often, or they have this, you know, they'll first pick the Tiny, then they'll just give it to him, and he'll get to have some fun with it, never have to buy a ward. So.
Yep. And now, why do you like the Ursa? I mean, Ursa's good versus Tiny, but why? I mean, nothing else is shown. So why is the Ursa
Weaver,
good?
Necro being taken out of the pool, I think, is a pretty big deal. Like, just those 3 cores in general are like the 3 that really stand out to me as like a second pick that I would pick if I saw an Ursa right here. And I think it's really important that they pick something like a Willow, some support that isn't threatened by Ursa, but threatens him. So that's the key, right? That's the one problem if you pick an Ursa this early, but they like to put it on S4 if it ends up getting countered, which means that it's kind of, we mentioned yesterday, if you pick a hero like Tiny, like Ursa this early on in the draft, you have to be willing to play them on multiple roles. And Mirana's nice against the Egg for the bonus attack speed from Leap, can get away from the Ursa pretty well, but from what I've seen, Mirana surprisingly struggles against Ursa if Ursa has a good start. It's odd because you'd say, yeah, she can leap away, but if you take... You just force the Mirana to be constantly fearful of you, and the minute you get a Basher, you can't kill her full to 0. But in the early to mid-game quite a good matchup against the Ursa, and obviously it deals with the egg.
I think Ursa also covers your egg, which is nice. You don't want to give away a free Phoenix pick for some reason, but it's part of why I almost would have preferred. I like the Phoenix Ursa, but I feel like Mirana is just too good of a hero, and I'm gonna probably be preaching this at Rogers Arena during the event whenever I see this.
To the 2 people that are listening to you?
Well, someone's going to. And it's gonna be. We're gonna be together, I would assume. So you can listen to yourself,
man.
right?
Yeah.
It's just too good. And I think it's almost worth picking, even if it doesn't have that same innate synergy or coverance in your draft, because it's Mirana. And it's so easy to pair heroes with a Mirana. But we'll see. It's definitely not uncounterable, but I've yet to see someone find, like, that answer pick.
Yeah. And I think you just want to... I was going to say Venge stands out to me for Fnatic, and I'm glad they banned it. You just want a ranged hero because of Ursa. Like, you don't want to pick a melee 4, and it's a stun to help the Mirana in the laning stage. So Venge stood out to me, and I think Bane still stands out as well. Just anything like that. Ranged hero, sets up arrow, front lines for Mirana. That's all she needs. Like a stun, a setup, and I'm only mentioning that in this case a range because you're against an Ursa. You don't want to give them, like, you know, if you pick Ogre or something, that doesn't feel too good.
And I think the Phoenix first 2 from EG is all about the silencer ban. I think when that hero's taken out of the pool, Phoenix just becomes, like, the most open and best 5. Like, it just feels good to have Phoenix for the same reasons we talk about Mirana, where all of his spells are good. Has the escape, a lot of utility, tons of damage output, 90 GPM level 10 talents. Like, this really cannot be underestimated. Why Ogre? Wow, why is this hero getting picked? Recent changes, 60 to 90 GPM on that talent. People realize the multicast has changed, so now you can just skill it instead of being this Bloodlust bot.
And you max stun.
QW. Exactly. Yeah. So you're a stun. You scale late game and 90 GPM talent. Like, it's so significant.
Yeah, when you're multicasting 60% of the time, you're doing an average of like 290 with a stun once you hit level 6, which is
more
nuts.
Than that, it's like 360.
No, I'm saying the 360 when you multicast, but like when you don't, it's 180.
It's 480 when you multicast.
That's with max level. I'm saying at level 6.
Oh, gotcha.
All I'm saying, okay, at level 7, you're doing probably an average of 380, 390 a stun.
Well, it would be 380 or less. You can't do more than the numbers say, BSJ. You can't do, like, that's not how math works.
Okay.
He's doing.
We'll talk about this later. We'll talk about this later. Law of averages here. So we're dealing with. I think they're going to pick a 4 hero out of this stage for EG. I think you need to see what Mirana's pairing is to really feel comfortable picking a core into it. That's how I feel, at least. I'm curious to see how they approach it.
Do you Willow?
I think Willow's a great deny pick, honestly. Like, meaning it's good for you, and it's good.
I think the bans of Fnatic actually are great Mirana counters, thinking about specifically Spectre. That seems to be, like, especially with your build, the Blade Mail, max dispersion into Manta, like, Mirana can't really ever reliably target you, and you have the ability to close gap immediately.
Let's be clear, it's not my build, it's me
appreciating
the other people
BSJ,
building it.
It's your build. You can take credit for
it.
I
mean, I've innovated about half the stuff we're seeing at TI right now, but I wasn't going to say anything. I appreciate you mentioning it. But they have one more ban. They're taking quite a long time to deliberate between this ban. They have the immediate pick afterwards, so
you got the time.
This is a pretty, like, there's pretty high implications on this ban. It's like saying you have this ability to pick right after, so you're not revealing what your next pick is. Something they recently changed, like 3-4 months ago, they changed the order of bans for second round, giving the second pick team the immediate pick after the ban.
Which, in my eyes, I think your estimation as well, made second pick better than first.
I do. I believe a lot of teams are still picking first pick. This game, Fnatic chose to take first pick. I'm surprised. Like, the teams that have been prioritizing second pick have been getting so many draft advantages. I honestly like the Wyvern ban a lot.
But that makes Drow contested now.
Yeah, there's the Willow, as we mentioned. I like it a lot.
A very good hero in general, right? Like, Dark Willow counters here, but just in general.
The egg, though.
Yeah, as well.
The egg fears. And the Bramble egg fear, like, that is just... You have so much disable that the synergy with an Ursa and a Phoenix is crazy.
And then he's one of the few heroes, right? That's why I liked Shadow Demon a little bit back then. It's a support hero that can solo kill a core, right? Just having that factor on your team, you're like, hey, guess what, Crit? You just solo killed a Mirana. Congrats.
Yeah. Nyx Assassin I really like for Fnatic right now. It's melee, so it's not like the dream against Ursa, but it's a hero with 2 stuns to protect itself, so it's not like a traditional melee hero. It's good against the Phoenix, good against the Willow. I see no other hero that I would like them to pick, but I am ready to be
Wrong.
I don't
Wrong.
want it third, I don't think. You can just
You want a fourth?
You go away with the stable core and then think about the Nyx, because it's great against the supports. They have damage sources they can't stop.
Oh, well, no Nyx.
Oh, I like that
Whoa,
pick
the
too.
instant Wraith King. And now you have, well, guess what? You got 2 lanes already on EG's side. Sumail's pick last.
I like the Earth Spirit a lot.
Yeah, I do too.
It accomplishes what I wanted the Nyx Assassin to accomplish, because it gives you that instant silence, instant like ability to prevent the Willow or Phoenix from protecting themselves. And the silence against Ursa is quite nice. We mentioned that last game, that you don't want to be dealing with silences on Ursa.
It's also more aggressive and there's more damage. Nyx is nice, but it's more of like a passive stun. Like it's revolving around being invisible and finding sneak initiation. Whereas Earth Spirit, you have the reach now to get on top of a Willow, on top of a Phoenix, to set up for the burst combo of the Tiny Mirana.
Yeah.
And it's a much smoother way to play the game. The Wraith King as well, excellent, great synergy with your supports. And the Ursa, we've seen this before, like just how easy it is to do Roche. Pugna. Okay, wow.
That hero's still in the pool.
That's crazy.
A hero, I mean, we've seen in this tournament, but we haven't. Have we
No,
I don't think I've seen a Pugna
We haven't
game.
casted one Pugna game. Obviously, we haven't cast an OG game, and OG loves that hero more than life itself. And now Fnatic, they're gonna take it. Is this your Abed hero? Or is this your universe hero, or do you not know yet?
I genuinely don't know. And I don't even know if they know. Meaning, like they're
waiting.
There's so much that can be decided from EG's last pick about where they're laning all their heroes. It could be safe lane Wraith King, could be off lane Wraith King. Same with Ursa.
That's a great ban.
The Meepo ban.
Yeah. I think that I've seen Pilot Eye play Earth Spirit, right? But I don't think that's what they'll do. I feel like it's something they might go for. It's just, I worry. I like what Envy's done with this draft, but this last pick is incredibly important. And
Who's their 5?
Exactly. And it's like, do you last pick your 5 here and just run Pugna Mirana Tiny Cores? I wouldn't mind that, but it's heavy investment for the ward buyer. And this is the one team I'm really okay with Core Tiny on, because they love it on DJ too, and Universe is always playing it.
A hero that looks like super good for Fnatic in terms of the game plan is Oracle, but I feel like I hate that hero for the laning stage.
Yeah.
Why is he super good though?
The disarm against Ursa, the purge against Ursa, the magic damage from Phoenix and Willow, like the heroes you have really like to be sat behind and saved from what EG has, but
don't you need a frontliner? But then maybe you 5 the Pugna?
I'm saying you have, like, if you were to have 2 counter-initiating supports with the Earth Spirit plus, like, a save, I think these heroes could frontline. But, I mean, I never try to, I don't know. Fnatic always drafts so weird. I feel like this could be like a 5 tiny or some crap.
They have their own style. Unless you're there in their drafting room, you probably have no clue what they're actually thinking about.
I actually am not sure that that's correct. I think you would need to go inside the mind of Eternal Envy to really know what's going on.
Brain.
5 seconds.
Eternal Envy though, man. Back on Liquid Dota posting this whole thing about I'm just going pro Dota, and well, there's Shadow Demon.
I love that pick.
Why?
Against the constant purge against Ursa, owns him. Like you can't BKB or anything. You can't use overpower at any point.
It purges through BKB, right?
Yes, it purges through BKB, and overpower gets purged. And it's constant. So you can't use overpower at all. And then also just the save, the aspect. That's why I liked the Oracle pick, or like that's why I suggested Oracle. I envisioned them having this like counter initiation save thing. And not only do I like this more than the Oracle, because you set up your other stuff. You set up Arrow, you set up Kick and Earth Spirit, all his shenanigans.
And it's bonus damage for all of the spells. Like
damage amp.
High burst damage hero, like Pugna Mirana Tiny, all incredibly high damage cores. Now you throw on a Soul Catcher. Yeah, you disrupt the save, as you said, disrupt the setup for one of the 2 stuns. Like
Alchemist.
Gyro.
Alchemist into Shadow Demon.
Is this a middle gyro?
Alchemist is bad against Shadow Demon?
Yeah, very bad.
We'll talk about that later. I'm not saying you're wrong.
Let's talk. We have a minute. Talk about it right now. I want to hear, why did you think Alchemist was a good pick?
I just thought it was because they would suffer to pressure him early enough.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't have a hero that laned against him very well, and it's just EG, and they had really good Acceptors.
And Kyle, why is it bad?
I just don't like it against Shadow Demon.
And why is
you get purged, you get Soul Catchered, and all of a sudden your tank ability with no save on your lineup, like no real hard peel, no one that really wants to buy a 4-staff even, you're just gonna get isolated in the middle of the fight and take a bazillion magical damage and die.
I think you're underestimating the counter initiation on both teams. I just think like frontline heroes that once they get gone on will have more tankiness than you expect them to have. And the one thing about Gyro again is
middle Ursa. Sorry,
he needs a BKB and he's going to be constantly threatened all game. And you can purge Rocket Barrage. Yeah. So he cannot rocket.
You know what's funny? Because of the no swapping in TI.
Yeah, I was about to make that.
EG is like, yeah, we'll just wait. They could have both waited, but as you said, Abed takes Tiny, Sumail takes Ursa.
Nice.
And that's
that's actually really that's an interesting point that you make.
And so
has that come into play yet this tournament, as we've seen?
Right now.
I mean, before this game, I don't feel like I've noticed that yet. Where a team
they're
waiting to pick who Gyro and Ursa are being played by. Because in the past, you're right, they would just swap. They'd be like, oh, they're picking, and then you'd see the reverse swap.
Yeah.
And you see all types of swaps. So maybe that's why they made that rule. It is an official rule for the viewers out there who are not aware. You cannot swap, and that's why the one day that Arteezy, or I believe Fly misclicked Clinks, Arteezy was forced to play Phoenix.
Yep, and they won, but
yeah,
now
they won that game.
We talked about this Gyro now. Why'd they pick Gyro here instead of any other carry?
BKB hero. You don't really have anything on Fnatic that can deal with it. Sans the Purge, but you really don't want to be using that on the Gyro. You want to lock down the Ursa. And you can build for damage and increase your tank ability because you're mostly magic damage throughout the early game. And you're playing against Gyro, you're playing against, you're playing against Pugna, you're playing against Shadow Demon. Like, you can do so much damage to these squishy heroes that they can't really contest you in the middle of a team fight. Plus, it gives the EG heroes something to play around. You also scale very well with the Wraith King aura. A lot of survivability. It's just a nice pick here. And I think it's the strongest carry in the game at the moment as well, at least in this game specifically.
This game, yeah. And there you see, Fnatic's one of the few teams that never aggressive tips. They always tip their own team. They're very positive people.
PMA.
Yep. And so top lane, Mirana, you're going to see E run up there with his own ward. And man, I mean, we've seen this lane time and time again. Wraith King, Dark Willow. How do you beat this lane?
I will let you know when I don't lose to it the 10th time in a row in a pub game against Crit, because he always picks this hero, and he always lanes it with some ridiculously annoying strength hero that usually has a stun, and it's
guaranteed bramble.
Watch this guy if you ever get the chance of how much he pushes this hero to the limit in terms of, like, he baits you in so much and, like, gives you this false sense of security, then just turns around, right-clicks you with that, like, lowest base attack time in the game. And looks like Fnatic's wrapping around on bottom. Might catch Arteezy in the disruption if they choose to level it. Looks like he's holding it. They have the blast and roll to follow up. Good timing on both skills, but that's a fast hero. Gyrocopter with the 325 base move speed.
And the Fire Spirits just absorbing so much damage. Looks like there should be...
EG's going to get 3 runes because of this Phoenix wrapping around to pick it up.
He's going to be fine if he jukes this roll, too. I mean, he's just fine.
Yeah. Oh, he guessed the left direction rather than right.
And that's... Fire Spirits, right? The Fire Spirit just made it so they couldn't actually do anything.
Oh, this is a liquid move right here.
They're gonna go back in, and they're gonna find him this time. It possibly will be the first blood. Yep, nice trap. The creeps say we don't really like you anyways, Arteezy, and just run on by.
Yeah.
So they do lose the runes, but you do get then now the middle lane, right? This was the counter pick by Sumail. I mean, Abed should still CS decently, right? But I mean, you're always at threat of getting killed. If you're Abed.
Mirana needs help, by the way, top. I don't mean to draw attention away from your point real quick, but the last games we've seen, like Liquid do this kind of stuff. They'll have a hero that can lane independently top for at least a wave or two, or they'll immediately TP top. And in this case, Mirana cannot lane top. I don't like, even though they're getting kills bottom, I don't think EG cares. Like,
they're also pushing the lane at all times because of the way their spells work, specifically Pugna. So, yeah, you're gonna get kills, but it's very difficult to dive tower, even with the creep wave at level 1. So, you don't actually force them off the wave.
But Eternal Envy, if there's a master at losing his lane and trying to come back, he is the epitome of that for sure. They're pretty much always a part of their drafts where they've sacrificed him in order to enable Universe as well as Abed.
And it's his decision to do so.
Yeah, it's not like he's, you know.
You see a lot of captains that go the opposite way, so it is to be commended that he often puts himself in the disadvantaged lane.
Oh, look at this, the stun under tower, gonna toss him, perfect timing. Is this gonna be a kill? He has the health potion as well. He will use it. Abed, it's 335 move speed versus 309. He should be able to cancel a little bit.
He has boots on Tiny.
That is so smart, actually.
It is. No, what does Stout Shield do for you if the guy's gonna hit you for an extra 15 every attack?
And now, We see S4 and Eternal Envy just squaring up on each other. Bottom lane, this is the lane. You just flying Arteezy, they need to play very carefully. As long as you don't die right, you're happy, because top lane, it's going to be tough. And Arteezy pops Flak, just tries to do some AoE damage, but you get put under once by Disruption, which is up in 1 second.
Mid lane.
Oh, mid lane.
Abed
Abed
gets the solo kill.
Abed gets the solo kill.
Yeah, he manned up on him, and Abed basically baited him as long as possible, held the avalanche, and then got the last attack with a tree trot.
The courier brought him a mango, and as Sumail manned up, he popped the mango and just stun tossed him and he died. That is some high level play. Sumail not recognizing that other players can abuse the courier too.
Yep, and bottom lane, Pilot Eye accidentally disrupted himself instead of the gyro.
Oh.
And it misses him out possibly on a kill. Who knows if it actually would have happened. So now, well, we learned about this.
Dive bottom. No dive bottom on Phoenix because he's only level 1. They know this. He tried to get the deny for the XP, and he was, let's see, how much? He was 11 XP off of level 2 after that deny.
Yeah.
I love to watch. That's so cool about this level of Dota, though, right? Where
Abed again middle.
Salve. Just break it. Nice. Again. Breaks it with the toss. So now Sumail, he has another salve.
Of course he does.
Man, this is just going to be, let's see, the courier goes back for Dire. Guess what? 2 mangoes and a healing salve. But top lane, it's going to be Eternal Envy. He's going to get run at. Another stun's going to be there. He'll get rooted into place. He will get the leap away. He gets over the tree line. The spooky skeletons are like, hey, where'd you go? And now they... Oh, he's going to leap back into the root!
No!
Oh, my...
The skeletons!
Wait, are they going to...
He's stunned, so the skeletons left. Best 4 stun.
They know he's there, though. The arrow's going to fly out and hit him. He knows he's close because it wasn't a long-range arrow. He's going to pop Clarity, so he gets a leap. Eternal Envy, he leaps into the root. Is it enough? Oh. It is.
And he wastes his leap as well, so he has no leaps for 30 seconds when he comes back to this lane. The one thing about this is Fnatic has basically forced it such that both safe lanes are at the disadvantage. And Eternal Envy, this is where he lives, man. In the safe lane, losing, dying repeatedly. This is every game for them.
Middle, it's actually going to be a TP by the Earth Spirit. Is it just going to be a gank? Do we have the roll?
Oh,
it's going to be a cross pack, and now Sumail is going to run forward. The nice kickback, though, that possibly could have been a kill on Abed, and now if he gets a solo kill, the free throw is enough. And DJ, you see what the Earth Spirit plays. They're kicking his teammate back so he doesn't die. A quick pause coming out from Crit, and well, Fnatic, they're up 5-1 right now. You see Arteezy's only level 2. It's pretty much S4. S4 is having a good game, but everyone else, they're kind of like, huh.
And this is the danger of this new EG lineup, though, right? I mean, S4 is not your traditional offlaner. He has played mid for quite some time in his career, and he is more than comfortable carrying a game. So you will not see him go like this brown boots blink we saw the other day. He's going to go treads. I would expect that he might rush a blink, but he could also get away with like one of those build-up items.
I think you get a Basilius at least.
Yeah.
Well,
most people go for the Basilius because now that's an item that what it means you're trying to do. A lot of casual viewers think of it as a mana regen item. People do it to pressure towers, and Wraith King is a hero with skeletons that now pressures towers. So most Wraith Kings at least buy that, and I think that's fine if he goes Basilius into Blink this game, to be honest with you, because heroes like Pugna are quite squishy if you get this early timing and you have the follow-up damage from the Willow or the Gyro.
Dude, and how cool is it? Like, I love, one of the things most Dota players appreciate is Ice Frog. And Ice Frog.
Yeah.
The balancer, the guy that made the game. And Wraith King used to be an incredibly boring hero, not going to lie. And giving his crit the skeleton spawn just gave it what feels like a real identity and a purpose in this game we love, Dota 2.
Dark Willow gonna pop the Shrine solo. We see Fly steal a bounty rune bottom. So what are we looking at here? It looks like just some bounties. We have another pause really quick.
A lot of pauses today, from different teams, so it's obviously some issues going on.
Well, not too big of a deal. S4, he's still almost level 5 now. Once he's level 6, he's not like an Enchantress where you just sit him in a lane, right? Aren't you supposed to rotate around with a hero like that? Or do you just sit him in top lane the whole game?
Talk about Willow?
Wraith King.
Wraith King?
No, that hero...
hell no.
No, same idea. Every offlaner's the same.
Hang out.
Yep.
This is your domain.
If you leave, I skeleton your tower. If you don't leave, I stun you.
But what if they just keep losing middle and bottom lane like they have been?
But that's not how you recover lanes this patch unless they're getting dove.
Sumail doesn't lose mid.
Not losing. I mean,
he's
down
losing
200
in gold because he's
used
buying
5
salves, but he's got more CS.
Yeah.
But what does that have to do with anything?
I'm saying you.
Isn't a CS gold?
Check the film.
I'm gonna
check. He's
check.
got more CS.
He is actually up levels.
Yeah, I mean, Ursa's favored against Tiny, so despite dying, like, even though he died, it's still an okay lane. He is a little bit down, obviously, in net worth as well as a bit of XP. But because you're at the favorable matchup, the death will mean that you don't quite win as hard as you should, or you just only slightly lose.
And look at this, top lane. Oh, sorry, bottom lane, that's going to be a kill first of all on Fly, but these dire wards I was looking at, one at the bounty and one a little higher up, that is 2 wards committed for the Eternal Envy lane, and they're just losing a tower. Aren't those wards kind of deadish?
Yeah, I don't like them. You can't protect this lane because they're just going to push your tower, so it's not like your vision advantage is going to do much for you.
And look at this, the 6-minute rune is going to be highly contested. Oh, what a play. He tosses them perfect range, but it is top, and man, Abed, that's why I wanted to bring him up. This guy, he was perfectly in range to toss him right back to the creeps and just steal the rune. And now he's in a lot of trouble here. It's a 3-1-1 build. Stun comes out. He tries to toss him back.
His positioning with those tosses is not quite on point this game.
It would be a tough kill though still, right? Because he did get level 6. He could just tank up a lot of hits and run away.
Yeah, an Arcane Rune on Tiny though. I feel like if you were going to get the kill, it'd be with this Arcane Rune. And top lane, you're seeing these same skeletons used on the tier 1. Has the Basilius. Trying to pressure the tier 2, has the stuns.
He will get rooted immediately. He has 3 leaps. He's going to use 1, 2, 3, still stunned. And I like they chase little, so they commit that. Now bottom lane, they actually get the stun up on DJ. Will he be able to roll away? He's still on that ground. Do we have more Fire Spirits? We have 1. He is going to hit it, but I believe it's not enough to kill him. Range off anyways. Top lane, they're going back in. Vanish comes in. They want to kill S4, who does skill his ulti right at the last second, doesn't throw stun because he knows, whoa, I need my mana, has a mango. They are going to just throw up some extra damage on him. Arrow's going to fly, nicely done. Eternal Envy's there. Root up, will hit on a couple, but S4 is going to drop here. Eternal Envy, though, will he drop? He's stuck in a bad place. He goes down, and now Crit might be in a little trouble, but Sumail is here, like you said. Pile die. I believe you're the one in trouble. I like how he just gives Crit this kill, it looks like. He doesn't have any Shadow Realm yet. He can Mango 9 seconds to get it, but the creeps are going to fall. There we go, Mango.
This is the new Dota, though. There's no reason for Sumail to chase this. Just let Crit land the kill. He goes, farms the wave, and then straight to mid. It's the right choice.
And now you see it's 7-3 kill lead for Fnatic, but the gold lead has now moved in favor of the, well, now it's back to Fnatic's favor. What I'm saying, it's about 100 gold game, yes.
And it's all about the offlaners.
Yeah, Universe Dota here.
And it's so cool. They have similar concepts, right? Pugna, Wraith King, tower pushers. Again, Wraith King used to be one of the most boring heroes in Dota, just 2 passives, whereas now he's got intense objective pressure. Pugna does the same, and they're almost dead even in net worth, and they're both going to be responsible to really motivate their team and like bring them into the mid game.
But the safe lane deep push of EG is way better than it is on Fnatic. So that's why you see that EG has already taken the tier 1, and while Fnatic has barely done any damage to the safe lane tier 1 for EG. That'll play a big role in a hero like Pugna, because if he takes your safe lane, he always spirals that into more towers. It looks like they're looking to make a movement around the Pugna. Arteezy's quite aware of this, knowing the supports are missing, or sorry, the Mirana is missing, and the Shadow Demon's the one occupying top.
They're both doing the same thing. They both made a movement around their off lane, but it looks like these teams very similar know that, and so smoke wasted by EG, and possibly a tower down here for Fnatic.
I like the way he itemized on Universe, though. Just the Arcane Boots straight into the Void Stone. So it's a Rush Aether Lens, but it's for maximum mana efficiency with the double null for the laning prowess. So he just
Pilot die. He's going to try to TP out. He's rooted, but that won't be enough, unfortunately. S4 can't get his stun, so Pilot die buying time for this bottom tower. Nicely done.
And it's really important that you get that
tower. Haste rune. He's diving. He might be in trouble. That's a level 6 gyro that almost... Oh, that missed tower shot.
It still would have killed.
Yeah, but then, you know, that.
But still
a missed tower shot. How often do you see that?
A few times.
Uphill? Like an uphill missed tower shot?
If it's important, then it would be cool.
Okay. Grant, you're too hard to please, man.
I'm not. Like, look at this bottom lane.
Top lane.
And bottom.
And top lane.
But they're just playing exactly the same, right? But EG, it feels like, might just be doing it a little better. They're down gold, but they're going to get this tower.
It's the benefit of having a strength hero that has massive tower push. You got almost double the HP of Pugna. And of course, like, he had an ultimate, so even though he did die, it took so much in commitment from Fnatic earlier.
Yeah. They do get the kill on Fly, pardon me, and they're going to go for this tower, but the problem is you don't just right-click with skeletons. You have to blast off cooldown, and even though it does do a lot of damage, you see the tier 2 tower is still pretty healthy.
If I've ever seen a game where the dead lane concept applies, This one is like textbook. Both teams putting an immense amount of pressure on the opponent's safe lane, while anybody who shows up in that lane is under immense amount of threat. All the feeds have been in their own safe lane. Looks like Arteezy smoked around to the mid lane. S4 is invis. They are looking to make this happen. Once you take the enemy safe lane towers, the natural progression is to invade the mid lane. And that is what, will he catch him? He has the stun, waiting for his teammate to get closer. Really good patience from S4, and that will be good.
Doesn't even let him get the disruption, no wasted time. Do you think the Summit final, because Fnatic, it almost is mirroring EG here. Do you think like this was a replay watch, let's try to mirror what they're doing to keep up with them kind of thing?
I think it's just Dota.
Yeah.
Now Roland is going to be there. We do have an ulti from DJ. S4's ulti is back up. They kill Sumail immediately. No ulti coming up. Look at Universe destroying Arteezy in the backline. S4 just right-clicking. It's a 2-for-1 right now. Ulti goes down on the right thing. Guess who's coming back? It's Pilot Eye because he's such a low level. Will get rooted up is Abed. We have a banish. And now on the backside, he is going to get healed up. Terrorize will throw Abed back. But now Crit, a little out of position, but looks like he will be okay. And oh, Universe, he's going for it. Oh my goodness, he is just going to suck him all the way down through that fly, and now even Crit could be in trouble.
Oh, the T-toss! Oh, I don't think it would have killed either way, but still, nice heads-up play by Abed. And I love that. That is the you can tell the difference between Tier S and Tier 1 players. S, of course, being Superstar, all right?
Why'd you use a letter and a number?
That's just how it, I don't know, that's how, like,
you ever played Super Smash Bros, man?
Yeah.
Yeah, you never say Tier 1 and Tier S. But we're going to see a stun coming in on Shadow Demon. Ulti from Arteezy just got it. It will be dodged by Pilot Eye. Both strikes. And now he's still decrepit coming out of it. He will die, making space. Meanwhile, we have a one-on-one going on. It's Crit versus Abed. And this is the power of Dark Willow, right? You have your heavily farmed hero going against a Dark Willow.
And he was working on a blink, and he's not going to be able to get it before he has to TP back to base on Tiny. The funny thing about this game is both offlaners have the most net worth because all they've been doing is farming and taking towers.
Sumail, his ulti is wearing down now. He kicks him in. Universe takes a little bit of damage. He's going to throw out another Earthshock. There's going to be the arrow. It will hit, and that's going to be a kill for Eternal Envy. A bloodbath of a game right now.
He's actually slightly ahead of Jar. Both teams, like, they're literally all doing the same thing. And look how close in net worth all of the players
positions are. The positions, the two offlaners, the two mid laners, and the two safe laners are all in the exact same situation. Highest levels go to the mid laner, highest farm goes to the off laner, and both the safe laners are playing the good old 7.19 special, lose my lane, and hope to recover.
Exactly. This is the new safe lane, right? We've seen both Arteezy and Envy have to adapt. They were Terror Blade spammers, and now all of a sudden they're on these early playmakers, and Envy had no game, but he's landed 3 arrows now for critical kills.
And Arteezy's been at least participating in a lot of fights as well, so it's not like, even if it hasn't gone according to plan, since he's 1 and 2.
You get a participation trophy. This is you know, America.
This is America. We give everybody credit, even if they don't deserve it.
Exactly.
And you see, I believe they might counter this ward by Radiant. Fly was spotted out here by this good Dire ward. And now middle, there's going to rotate in. This has been quite the game. There's no ulti still up on S4. You just get the kill. He will get healed up by Fly. It's level 2 Sunray. Eternal Envy jumps in. S4 going to toss out a stun. And there comes the ulti from Pilot Eye. Is that enough to kill S4? I don't believe it is. But on the backside, Earth Spirit goes back, and S4 lives with about 90 HP there.
Universe TP'd in for that. I would have loved to see him stay at bottom just a bit longer. Obviously, he wants to help his team because he is the most farmed hero in the game, but he could have been pressuring the tier 2. Instead, Mirana's walking all the way back.
I mean, both teams doing that, right? You said the Wraith King should stay top lane, the Pugna should stay bottom, but now they are joining the fight.
Well, yeah, there's no top lane for EG to take anymore.
I think Pugna can be mid, though. You want this mid tower to help protect against the inevitable EG Roach play, and Mirana is the one I think you want recovering bottom, especially because Pugna just dies in this bottom lane. Like, you have no survivability. If a gyro shows up and gets a rocket on you, you immediately TP or you are dead. Let alone the Wraith King with that fresh Blink Dagger, you just kill a Pugna with +1, no problem.
And he's going for the Blade Mill as well, and the Wraith King, I like it a lot.
Yeah, a lot of unstoppable damage Fnatic is forced to output.
Yeah, you don't actually need to do that much damage on the 2 cores of Ursa and Wraith King, even though you may think of Ursa as a damage dealer. You have Willow, Gyro, Phoenix. If you just cause havoc and force them to deal with you on the side of Fnatic, you'll make your supports and even your safe laner who's far behind just naturally, spews out damage.
Oh, but they're going to look. This might be a giant fight. He's going to blink away. Moonlight Shadow's going to go. I don't know if you saw Universe. This guy's scary to fight against now. Aether Lens and a Veil. He can pretty much kill anyone he wants besides maybe Ursa through ulti.
Yep.
Everyone just dies.
You might even still be able to kill him through ulti. Like,
slow him
meaning
down
like,
enough, yeah.
like slow him down and then when the ulti
that,
expires.
Yeah. This is scary. If you're EG, you are very scared. Pilot died though. He's not scared. He'll just stand right there and, well, he's going to melt on down. He does get that off, so he will survive a little bit longer. It helps Universe get out. Abed now get a stun toss. S4 has ulti. He'll slow only Universe right now. A lot of damage coming out. Who is going to get feared? No one. Oh my goodness, the egg's going to be there. They try to stun. Do they have enough damage to kill? They have to. They do. It's a 4-man fear though, but they're all running away now. DJ, he rolls in. He completely misses, so he can't cast ultimate. The kick's going to go out. It will hit onto the Ursa. Ursa has ulti. Will pop it out. Now they're just going to try to refight. No, they're going to let Sumail die and just get the hell out of there.
That's what feels bad, man. When you see Sumail, he's already ulted by Shadow Demon, uses Overpower, and it's just not there anymore.
If that egg goes off, that's a 5-0 fight, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't.
Or that fear's a bit earlier.
Yeah. It's such a fun game to watch, though, because like no one's making mistakes. It's just plays. It's a fraction of a second that's deciding a lot of these engagements. If that fear lands before one more attack and that egg goes off, maybe EG just wiped the floor with Fnatic.
Yeah, and then that's a Roche.
Yeah, they get tier 1, maybe even Roche. Instead, Fnatic, they turn it around. They get the tier 1. DJ showed up a bit late to that fight. Pylai died. Did he buy back? He did. Another thing we see these better teams doing, and that was what helped them land that turnaround.
Yep. So we have a 1K or so lead now for Fnatic. Wraith King going for the Blade Mill. Why do you go the Blade Mill here instead of, say, Armlet or Radiance?
Because you're not dealing damage.
You're just going up front.
You're throwing yourself in, and like we mentioned, you just have a lot of damage on the other heroes.
He needs to be careful. They have a ward on him.
Oh, he's
bottom lane. My bad.
One thing about Willow against Tiny is that you can die at any point if he catches you in the Avalanche Toss combo full to 0. Even if you're a core Willow, like there's no items that hero buys to prevent. Like, she always goes for, like, Blink Heal Scepter.
Ulti from Pilot Eye on Arteezy. The damage increase is going to be there, and you're just dead, Arteezy. Good luck.
The toss back, too.
Yeah, he gets and finds S4, who doesn't have ulti. It is a 5-man rotation, but it's not like EG is farming, right? It's okay if they're farming elsewhere on the map. You just lost your 2 big cores.
And Willow was dead bottom. Like, that was... Everyone's just getting picked off.
It's so fast, too, because it's all about showing. So they know Pugna and Tiny are bottom, but then they both TP top. That was Arteezy making a more aggressive maneuver, but he's on an active shrine, and Fnatic is prepared. There's no hesitation. They are aware that, look, our job, they're showing bottom purposefully to open up that counterplay in the top side.
Yep. And if you know, Fnatic has a chance at the upper bracket, especially if they win this game 1.
They really need 2. They need 2 wins to have a real fighting chance, because I can see OG losing a game to Winstrike, especially considering their livelihood is on the line.
Lane.
Bottom, they're going to go in. It's going to be Pugna who will get the Necro out. It's as well. Universe going to try to go in. A big ulti from DJ. Did he turn this around? There is no ulti on S4 again. Universe is still live. Arteezy's trying to come in here, finally does. Pops Zero on Sumail so he can't get his blink off, and it looks like he'll be good to just get out of here.
S4 barely lived there with 20 health.
He didn't use the Veil. If he gets the Veil off on Pugna, like he's not panicking, but you know, he's in the process of trying desperately to survive. So he does not get the Veil off, and that leaves S4 with room to walk away. And that's the top network that survives.
This Pugna, when he gets his Aeon disc, you just can't kill him in a fight. That's going to be so tough to do anything to him. And it's a less than 1K lead, 17-9.
I would really like to see him pick up a, I think the Vit booster is fine, but I'd love to see him get a Force Staff.
I was going to say Force Staff surprises me that he doesn't have that.
Because no one else can buy it, and it's so valuable in this game. I guess the Mirana could
fly,
but
you have to buy at least 2
so good to have
Staffs,
one. Like at this point, when you're against 2 blinks like this.
Nice arrow. Gets the kill.
That's what I was mentioning, like when I was thinking about a save from the Oracle.
They're going to be here. They find the real one. Bedlam popped, and this is just, if you want to go for a solo kill, it's more than likely there's going to be everyone around. Fnatic, quick on rotations. EG, quick on rotations. S4? Is he? Oh, hello. Yeah, he saw him. He sees him now. He has a stun. No disrupt quite yet. It will just show. Skeletons now actually blocking S4 a little bit. Gonna put him under. The Skeletons are gonna work him. Oh, I thought he might get away there, but not quite.
And what I love about the Shadow Demon as a save hero is he also sets up these other heroes. I've mentioned in the draft, and it just like obviously they end up turning the kill, and that's a really good play by EG. But having that set up for the arrow in their lineup, they didn't really have one yet, so it really rounded up their lineup quite well. But it looks like Abed has his Echo Saber complete, so, oh, nope, he doesn't.
And
He's almost there.
This game is just so close. The biggest disadvantage, disparity rather, between any two of the same positions is Envy versus Arteezy, and that's only 600 gold. And that's made up, actually, sorry, Fly versus Pi, that's 800 gold, but that's the difference in this game. Everyone else is almost in a dead heat.
Yeah, usually you'll see one hero like 3K ahead of their counterpart, the other hero 3K ahead of theirs, and it's just dead even game. Both teams playing a similar play style in order to win. Both teams have a lot of mid game. Both teams have a lot of team fight. Like nobody has a particularly hard carry. I
do want to say the warding from Fnatic has been a little bit better than the EG. You see they have some wards down. This ward up top by the bounty run has been so good and scouting out like right here. But S4 is actually going to block it out. He has ulti in case they want to rotate on through. Pops the Blade Mill. Nice kick, stopping Fly's damage. In comes Cricket to do some damage. He does fly out a Blink Dagger on Earth Spirit. Just so you know, he has his Blink Dagger.
He bought it just before he died. That is actually a huge purchase.
And they're pressuring other lanes on the side of Fnatic, so this is really good for them to accomplish this while Earth Spirit occupies the dead lane.
Yep, this should be a tower kill right now. Will Universe get it? My bad. Abed does kill Fly. I just want to see. Nope, Dire will get it.
Decrypt the catapult there. Going for the Q.
You should, right?
Yeah, it's extra gold.
It's a little value. We see Crit. He's going to use Bedlam to farm 60 gold here. I mean, look at the cooldown. Absolutely nothing.
Still anybody's game, but team fights.
Fnatic has a ward.
On the backside, DJ is going to find the Dark Willow. Silent stun toss combo, easy kill. On the backside, Sumail says, I'm going to make something happen. Will he get this kill? Nice roll away on the other side of things. S4's looking for Pilot Eye, can't bring him down. Abed versus Sumail now. He has no ulti. Stun toss combo, not even there yet. Doesn't need it, will just toss, and now they're going to be chasing S4. But he should be able to get out of here. And Fnatic, we have a godlike Abed on Tiny, and it's just quite the game right now. It's just fight after fight.
And the one person that I think we could look to be the X factor in this game, DJ.
Or DJ.
DJ, he's got a Blink Earth Spirit. You could see there. He just gets those kills. Yeah, Abed gets the credit. He's on a godlike streak, and it's not like he's playing very well, but DJ with the Blink has the ability now to find kills as this massive reach to get either support from EG or to peel the Ursa off. And you can see, if Sumail blocks that roll, that fight could go totally differently, because he lived with, what, one more hit?
Yeah.
And now, with the Echo Saber here, now this is, would you say, is this Tiny's peak? You get an early Echo Saber blink, your stun toss combo plus double hit pretty much kills anyone but S4, it feels like.
I think Echo is always the choice, especially in a game where you can kill both supports. Just to note, look at the warding just in the top area of the map. You can see who gives a damn about the Radiant jungle. There's no Roshan in the vicinity.
No one cares.
You just play around this top side of the map, and that's what both teams are doing with Pugna and occasionally a support to match him in the bottom lane.
Are they? It looked like they were not arguing, but it looked like someone to go into Roche. Others wanted to look for a kill first.
They have a ward that sees DJ.
How do you get him, though? That's how you get him. You just blink, and you get the kill. Does he have buyback? He does. This might be an early buyback from DJ for this Roche, right?
It's so risky, though. Do you really want to commit? It'll die in 20 seconds. You got to act fast if you want to.
They have Shadow Poison to scout it, so it's not like they have no information if they choose to use it, but he does have to be very careful just getting blinked on himself. Abed walking into some danger zone. Oh!
That was
immediate blink out.
I love that, though. Abed is up front, right? Pi is really far back because he is, as you said, the Roche scouter.
And this is the strength of the just entire team of Fnatic. Like, this is how they play ball. Look at where their bottom and mid lanes are as they start this Roche.
But it looks like, I mean, this is getting taken pretty damn quickly here. And if you're Pi, are you going to risk Shadow Poison?
You can't. This is the right decision.
Well, they see him. But they just want to finish Roche. One more hit, two more hits. He gets it. There's a Basher on Ursa. They are going to find Pilotine. Well, he risked it for the
bottom lane. Universe is applying a lot of pressure to this tier 3.
That is the right decision. You can't contest that Roche. How many times have we seen teams lose games because they overextend?
Instantly lose.
It's 1,000 gold in an Aegis. Yeah, that's annoying, but it's Wraith King Ursa. You risk so much.
Still going Pi.
Why'd he buy back there? Oh, he's trying to catch Arteezy here.
It's worth it.
He has no mobility, but...
Wait, yeah. We have another TP coming. And look, Eternal Envy and Universe. Those are some long TPs. Did Arteezy? Yeah, he knows they are coming right now. He should know. He saw Pilot Eye run through a ward. Phase boots? Is he just BKB TP?
He doesn't believe that he's going to get chased here.
Well, Abed gets a kill while we watch this. It is just on Fly, though. And there is. He's going to throw out the rocket. I mean, Is he going to go for killing Universe? He's just dancing around. He gets banished. And now Crit's here with him. They're going to throw out the ult. Universe does get hit by it. It's going to be proc the Aeon Disc. He has not used BKB or anything. He's just fighting him.
Dude, that is some discipline right there. A lot of players, especially in a TI game.
Need to be careful now, though. Dust is actually going to get popped. Arteezy is not going to BKB TP. Looks like Crit might just go down himself. Let's see. Do we have a stun? Don't need it. Universe blasts him on down. Almost gets S4 there. Abed blinks forward.
That's the first time was S4 blinking on Abed, triggers the quick blink. Now this time S4 proves, hey, he's an older player nowadays, but he's still got the
But guess what? 4 bounty runes for the Dire side. They take map control with that and get all 4 of them.
Because that whole time Envy's not panicking. He's not joining his team. Yeah, he was in the top area, but he sprints down to the bottom. Pushes out the way twice.
We're going for him. Abed, he just TP's out right in front of him, and they're not going to find anyone. It looks like they see Pi. Do they have a stun? Barely gets it off. But I mean, you don't like dying there, but you're like, everyone else got out,
dude,
whatever.
That happened to me all the time when I was playing. It just feels like as 5, you're just so concerned with the lives of your teammates, you hesitate that extra half second, and it gets you killed every time.
And I mean, he is 0, 9, and 6 on Fly. Pilot die 1, 7, 11. Just all about the team right now. Doesn't matter.
Look at Envy's net worth as well. He's caught up rapidly. He's now 1,000 ahead of Arteezy and just doing a great job continuously playing this bottom lane.
And he goes for the normal build of Maelstrom, BKB. You do a lot of damage even with that defensive item.
And it's so good against Phoenix too, because you go in, kill the egg all by yourself.
I think it's funny, you can tell EG hasn't played against Shadow Demon in a while. I've been seeing Sumail try to overpower when he gets ulted by the Shadow Demon. I'm seeing Gyrocopter Arteezy trying to use his Rocket Barrage and getting it purged off.
Is just going to probably go down here. He's taking a lot of magic hits, but he is decrypt the stun, right? He's going to kick him back. They get the destruct, but the egg is perfectly placed. I don't think he's getting out of here, boys. It was a
gold
good effort.
for Sumail.
And now Crit does go down. It looks like bottom. A solo kill by Eternal Envy.
Yeah, he must have caught him off with an arrow.
Now Sumail looks for DJ. Won't find him. And well, guess what? The tier 2 can't really get pushed here because there is no creep wave for the Radiant. Meanwhile, Eternal Envy, he's like, I got a siege unit. If no one TP's down here, Fly will, but this should be some... Will the siege unit? No, siege unit won't make it in time to aim the tower. So Fly will just clear this out, but now they will push middle. DJ's here. He's going to get ulti to actually hit Sumail blinking. He will go down. Not yet. Pilot Eye says, wait up, buddy. Now he'll go down, but S4 guaranteed to proc his ulti now. In comes Universe. He is draining Jar with that Aether Lens range. The right clicks might be enough. He BKBs. He wants his kill so bad. The last attack is enough, but the bash, it won't get the kill. Oh, look at the crap. What a play.
He had ult on Ursa, too.
Ursa. He's popping his overpower. He still has Aegis, and just good back and forth plays. He's gonna pop his ulti right there, and just run away. Another one. A one skirmish there by Fnatic.
I don't think there is a winner necessarily. They alleviate the pressure EG was applying with minimal losses. It was more of a trade than anything else, I feel.
But then you do talk about the positions, right? Gyro's now almost 2,000 down on the Mirana. More of just, it's a 1-for-1, you alleviate pressure, but...
Well, it's more just EG was, I guess not really, because Envy's playing that bottom lane so much, and that's what sets up that move, because he forces Fly to defend this tier 3, and then can connect mid so quickly by teleporting in, meets the courier, gets his BKB, and just... kills Arteezy all by himself.
Fnatic does that really well. I remember I was at the summit, and pretty much every team I heard talk about playing against Fnatic, it was deemed as they are just annoying. Yeah. Like, they just always are pressuring one lane or the other, like forcing you to respond to them, and that's why it's really hard to end the game against them and why you have the classic, anime comeback. And Fly, is he in some trouble here? Has dive.
We're looking. He's going to dive that way. The kick will miss. He's TPing Wally's Sunrays. You can do that, and he gets out.
Yeah,
they use scan as well for that.
Indeed.
I've got a question.
That you can do that.
So if you alt-click over BKB, it says, using Black King Bar may remove some positive buffs, BSJ. Oh, do you know some? I legitimately do not know what they would be.
I don't know if that's one of those like non-updated tooltips, because it used to remove a lot of things like Empower and DDs and haste runes.
And maybe it's not, but look at this DJ. Nice block from S4. A quick kill, and this feels a lot like that EG Liquid game where there's not downtime, right?
Yeah.
There's always stuff going on the map, lanes always being shoved.
Yeah, it gets real difficult for DJ to play this game. I said he was the X Factor. He can do so much work in team fights, but as you can see, if he catches a bash from Ursa or a stun from Wraith King, he will die in that stun lock.
problem I have with this game for Fnatic right now is they have no Force Staves, no Yule Scepters, no anything that's meant to control these Ursa.
Yeah, you need a Force. You can't rely on disruption. We've seen the issue where, yeah, he gets kicked back, he gets saved for a second, but
it doesn't matter. They still die.
Stands on it.
Nice disjoint by Abed with the Shadow Blade.
I think Ursa will scale quite well into this game when he really shouldn't, and I think that I don't know. I've seen this in the past, and a lot of teams, I don't know why they allow this to happen, but they prioritize these other items, and I think it's just a playstyle thing, and it can still work out for them. But I've always said from an Ursa player's perspective, dealing with like multiple Force Staves, Yule Scepters, Ghost Scepters, it's just really hard to deal with.
S4 wants to find somebody. Crit will get out. I don't believe they have detection, especially on S4. Do you? You should put some dust on S4, right, if he's your jumping. Well, we're going to see a stun toss combo. This should kill Fly. He hits the double as well. Wraith King will slow everyone, but he loses ulti. Do they just give everyone up? Looks like they want to fight. Nice blink away. He has BKB as well. Terrorize is going to hit two of them. They're just stuck there in the root. They get the kill on Eternal Envy. He doesn't even get his BKB up on the backside. We do see Arteezy get a kill on Pilot. Abed blinks away. DJ healing back up, but S4 blink in one.
Eternal Envy had BKB, he just didn't use it.
His miscue was missing the arrow. If you arrow on respawn from Wraith King ulti, you can't get the BKB off because you actually spawn
it's
inside
in the
hitbox. But he sends it late. Wraith King's able to blink out, then BKB. Envy then caught in the fear, goes down, but it all comes back to just not landing the arrow. But that's the danger of trying to kill a Wraith King. You can get him down once, but that second time, his team has so much space to close gaps and find the response.
Can Mask of Madness Gyro, we see it a little, but why in this game? Isn't he already nervous of not having armor? Why does he get it?
They don't actually have that much physical damage. Yeah, most of their damage is magical, so I think his idea is I want to do as much possible damage during a BKB.
Yep. And he also is, I like the, does the side gunner function from your Ags when you're decrept?
Yes.
It does, right?
Yes, it does.
Does it when you're disrupted? I don't think so.
Yes, it does.
It does.
It does.
That was a test.
Good. I didn't know that.
Do you actually know that? Do you know that for sure? I'm like 95% sure it does.
I believe it functions just like an auto proc. Like it just, no matter what, if you exist in the space, like you're gonna get off the side gunner. So it's a great item build. And he is, as you said, like the real carry of this lineup. I think going the mask just to ensure he scales optimally is ideal here.
Yeah, I do want to shout, I would say more so European Dota was going Ags first a lot of time. I think it's a really good item in general, and NA almost never goes Ags. I think finally, you know, might have learned something.
Yeah, I think Arteezy has a really good mindset on what items he needed to buy. BKB so he could participate in mid-game team fights, and he was behind, so he had no luxury to go anything else. Went back for the Mask of Madness because he know he's still playing recovery. Then he's going for this Ag Scepter, probably like, honestly, like a Scotty or damage item.
We might have an engagement here. Pilot Eye is going to put him under. His ulti is up. Arrow is going to completely whiff again. He's going to try to get brought down. They want to at least proc this ulti. He's running. He does die. Will slow nobody. On the backside, though, Sumail gets the bash. Earth Spear will survive. Rocket Barrage will bring him down. Does Abed want to go back in? If you're Fnatic, do you actually go into this? Sumail doesn't have BKB. Another missed arrow.
If Sumail overpowers one more time when he's purged by Shadow Demon, I swear.
I just want to see a Force Staff. As you like, if they just force him away from, that was the 4th or 5th hit that actually bashed the Earth Spirit. If you just have a Force Staff, he's gonna survive.
So does it absolutely do nothing then?
Yeah, I mean it just puts it on cooldown. Okay. Yeah. It's been funny to watch because we talked about it yesterday, I believe, but you just don't. You're not used to playing in Shadow Demon.
Uh-oh, and someone's a little out of position. His name is Pilot. He's going to get a banish up. It's going to be a kill. The Rocket will give vision if they want to chase. Skeleton's holding, but bottom lane. Eternal Envy is, we have Crit. He's going to Yule, so he will get the guaranteed stun. It looks like S4 actually canceled his ulti, so Crit's in a little bit of trouble. Will Shadow Realm, but this is going to be a ranged barracks going down. They still have 2 siege units here as well. Eternal Envy, what a nice play. Oh, the root won't hit. Now it will. He will hit him up right there. He's saving Terrorize so he can't get away. It looks like he's going to Bedlam instead. Go for this kill. Sumail coming in.
Wearing off.
Is wearing off. He needs to get one Urshock, I think. Oh my goodness, he's going to get out of there.
No,
he is gone, but on the backside, look at this. Fly goes down. S4 has ulti again. Sumail gets the kill. But S4 going to get drained down. Will proc the ulti. Does he blink aggressively or defensively? It's going to be a science. He's going to pop BKB. He's going to run at him. It's going to be a buyback from Fly now, knowing he needs to help the team. DJ can blink very shortly here. No, he's just going to roll away instead. They have the dust up on Abed. He's going to get stunned, but look at how quick that dust appearance goes down. Now Abed, he's going away. Will he leave? He sure will. DJ, the only one who might be in trouble. He gets the silence on S4 as well.
This is just Fnatic Dota, man, in terms of like why all of this shenanigans
the thing
are happening.
I love is that Envy makes like this incredible play, gets the tier 3, BKBs to get the range racks, but then doesn't like teleport out during the duration of BKB. He gets greedy for like 150 team gold when he could just survive, and he like makes sure to get like the 4 hits on the melee racks that's going to continue to regen. But hey, it was a good play. Just
oh, they have a pilot die. He does get put under before the stun comes up, but guess who's always there with the Yules? It will be crit. They just want to zone out any sort of fight with that egg. We actually, I mean, it's so hard to get an egg off right now in this game, so he's just going to use it.
They go out after the support that has no buyback, and
they see Abed in the sentry too.
And now, so how do they can't see without Shadow Poison, right? An arrow. Arrow will possibly help him out, but that's about it.
They have Pugna Ward.
Yep, they do place it down. This Roche dropping a little bit quick. Oh, Universe, quick fingers. There's the arrow. It hits Roche. That'll help him out a little bit. Radiant, that is. And now we're going to see a stun toss coming. Will they be able to get fly? He's not quite dead yet. And now the zoning ulti from Arteezy. Crit's already dead. And S4 just wants to kill this ward. They bring it down. Sumail goes back in. If he gets bashed, it could be rough. There comes DJ. Will he get the kick out? He gets the silence. Who is going to pick this up? Arteezy gets the kill and the Roche. Sumail more than likely going to die here. I lied. DJ goes down. And now Abed. He's trying his best to get out of here. Do they have detection? They sure do. It's the sentry. He ran into it. Abed goes down, and now they're going to find one more. They don't have vision. Now the rocket, though, will show where he's at. Dude, does sentry fly? He has a sentry. Fly, thank you, says Sumail. And they get the Roche, Cheese, and Aegis. Fnatic looked like that could have been Fnatic just getting another Rax after that fight, but instead it's a 10K lead for EG.
Dude, just like that.
Out of nowhere.
And they still have 2 more bounty runes left to take. That is just brutal. They get the pie with no buyback, and that is the one thing that you still need to consider when you're buying back in early games.
Eternal Envy is gonna have to pop his BKB. He needs to TP almost immediately. He's gonna leave. Sumail won't come. Middle lane. Double siege you away.
Nullifier on Sumail.
Wow, that's who. I mean, we don't watch Sumail much in these fights, but he always finds
the bash.
The bash. Exactly. You find one and you have a good chance of finding it, right? You attack pretty quick.
Yeah.
But pilot die out. Scouted again, and Arteezy, do you pop ulti? No, he won't. He's gonna pop it on the other side. He's not over there, no bash.
Don't clap, man. You just gotta go for the, you just gotta A-click and hope you find him.
But he does scare it. They know Pilot Eye isn't at this fight now. They know this could just be a tier 2 and backup. Shadow Poison spammed out. DJ's ready. Look at DJ, this positioning. He's gonna TP out now because middle lane, they're actually going in. Crit, solo kill. This is what I meant, right? You have a support solo killing.
He forced the BKB top lane on crit, and then he kills him mid. So that was like a
buyback is going to come. The rocket will hit. Is it maxed? It sure is. Arteezy just gets killed. They know there's no buyback still. Tier 3 tower going down to these skeletons. Please stop it. 37 damage. That means he went to 15 strength, and now we're going to see S4 going forward.
Side gunner on the gyro actually does a lot of tower damage if he's ever allowed to get in range.
Trying to help. They lose a
catapults.
They just want to get this range Rex right.
No,
then
they're taking melee.
You're not. Well, yeah, they want to get any Rex though, because then you won't naturally be pushed in from the Eternal Envy push, and they're just going to get both. Range first.
Yeah, you don't want to take 2 lanes of racks against Fnatic. We've talked about this in the past. The 2 racks down.
You
either throne in the game right now. Otherwise, if you take that 2 lane of rack, you are giving Fnatic a better chance of winning than they have right now.
And it's funny. It is quote unquote a meme, but more times
how many
than
times
not,
does it actually happen?
Exactly. It's just crazy.
TNC already, I believe, setting the record for most mega creep comebacks at a TI with 2. So it's not as if this region doesn't have like other teams.
Oh yeah, that is true. SCA region.
They know how it works. The game ain't over till it's over.
Well, that's a late Radiance, but why does he go the Radiance? Now, we see it a lot, but what makes it so good even 39 minutes in?
Oh, it's perfect.
He's just throwing himself in there, and he's going to get crowd controlled. He's forcing them to stun him, to use abilities on him, and if you're going to get crowd controlled, you might as well live for as long as possible, and you reflect and deal as much damage. The Blade Mail and the Radiance.
Your first 3 items try and make less attractive to the target.
Oh, he's going to put him under, but this Aeon Disc now is going to be out when he comes out. The Sunray owning. He is going to get saved by DJ for a second. Won't matter. Arteezy gets in. Eternal Envy just die-backed right there. They will find Fly. That is Abed. But now the skeletons come out. Look at, he got the 2 times, by the way. He didn't get the damage. but he got 2 times. Now the buyback. Can they just kill Ortiz right here? It looks like it. They do. What a play by Universe. But S4 on the backlines with that Radiant damage doing so much. A throwback. DJ goes down. He does that buyback. He'll have to use it. Nullifier. He gets the BKB off beforehand because of the range, and now he's slowing everyone down. Here comes S4. Can they kill him? He BKBs now. They're going to find Universe, who just bought back. This is looking like curtains for Fnatic.
Okay, they wiped them, then they're taking the 2 lanes of Rex.
They'll get 3 here, won't they?
No, but that's the important thing, right? Is while you're taking this transition from 2 lanes of Rex to more, they can't possibly do anything to you.
Meanwhile, bottom, it's only Abed, right? He's like, I can't show bottom. I kind of have to pressure top, so the creeps will push in.
I don't think they're getting 3.
Your boy Abed his team is losing the game, but he is making some crazy plays. He blinked to catch fly on the bounce back from his whatever, the fly. Yeah.
The dive.
He BKBs the nullifier. Like, it's so you can't just like BKB spells like Resolution and Abed easily. Like, this is some
top tier stuff.
You watched Envy. He just died.
Oh,
here
we go. Abed's going back in. S4 will die, but his ulti was up root, so they have vision as well as getting that dust. Pilot dies, already dead. Oh my goodness, crit, stop it. The Bedlam is terrorizing him right now, and we are going to see a GG called Fnatic. Played so well for about 20 to 30 minutes right there, but unfortunately, we see that one team fight at Roche. All of a sudden, it's a 1K lead in their favor to a 9K lead in EG's.
I feel like that's something I've seen Fnatic do this entire season. Their strengths are obvious. They are so annoying around the map. By far, I would say, the best team at playing with creep waves. Like, no matter what's happening, if they have no pressure on them for even a few seconds, they're going to just be cutting waves at all times. Envy, Abed, Universe, they all understand the way that game works. But when it comes to the team fights, when it comes to taking the clashes around objectives, in this meta, you have to take a fight at some point, always around Roche, it feels, and that's where they seem to falter.
And we see an Ursa BSJ. I know an Ursa victory, a good one.
I'm not going to lie.
I want to hear about it.
If I see you playing against an Ursa and you have 0 force staves,
it's not good.
You're gonna lose. I'm sorry. Like Sumail had such a rough game. He's countered by like 3 heroes. He's countered by Pugna, Earth Spirit, and Shadow Demon, and they just let him blink bash. And if he blinks on you with no force staves in this game, he can kill you. So it's like I'm gonna harp. That's the only thing I'm gonna harp on, because I think that. Honestly, a lot of things are going back and forth. Both teams made a lot of good plays. Like, it was a lot of fun Dota. And if you don't have force stabs against Ursa, I don't care. You're going to get bursted.
Not just Ursa, right? Wraith King as well.
It's a great force stab item in general, like meaning like against their heroes. The disengage versus like the Phoenix Egg.
They're just fights all game, by the way. So many of them, and we see the first one.
Such a sick play by the DJ there to disable the Ursa, like the silence enabling the follow-up stuns.
And look at just Artur actually just dying to Universe pretty much by himself with the tree toss to help finish. It's excellent play. To your point, I think Pugna, the only one that can really buy a force, and it's so good with the Aether Lens too, because you can disengage from so far away just to help out an ally.
I really didn't like the Veil now that I look at it. Like, the Veil replaces the force, but I feel like if you go Veil, you're not getting
I've seen Topson go, you go Aether, Veil, and force. That's fine. It's the Aeon Disc or the Blink Dagger that
one of those two need to be replaced.
It gets pushed back to later.
Okay.
But I would argue you don't need the Aeon Disc as much. I would even have been fine with like the Blink Dagon build, perhaps maybe a Hex, a BKB.
The Aeon Disc saves you. Force Staff saves everybody.
And it's a Wraith King as well. Like, constantly, these 2 melee cores are just blinking in on top of Fnatic's heroes, and they have no real peel. I saw multiple times DJ and Pylai Die went up to disrupt or try and kick back, and would put them at risk of dying, and oftentimes they lose their
But this is so good, because that was the play where they killed the Willow bottom and immediately just migrated to the top half of the map and caught EG off guard. And this, like, I just want to say that DJ had showed himself in lane previously, but S4 just blind blinked into the trees looking for him, and that's just the awareness of, like, they know that lane is dangerous, and they know DJ is going to play. If he's there, he's going to be in the trees, so they look for him.
And it was a little reminiscent of the EG Liquid game, right, where it's just you have this 10-minute laning phase where one team is getting a little more kills, but the other team's getting farm, and then all of a sudden there's no downtime in this game. Like, you see Eternal Envy did a good job of split pushing that bottom when there was a little bit of downtime, but then team fight after team fight, and this so close. Look at that, 0.2, probably like 0.15 seconds from getting away. But like you said, Pylai Die maybe if he didn't care so much about his teammates, he might have lived there.
It's just this fight. This is where the game really turns.
Arrow.
Even game until this point. Here's the arrow, but
it was late. Was it on cooldown possibly?
No,
I didn't see. It was not.
0.2 seconds.
No
better
BKB
timing.
use.
And there's a Wraith King stunned there with no blade mail, no BKB, and he's fodder. But instead, all the BKBs get popped. They just charge through. EG take a decisive team win, and this is the critical kill. This sets up for Roshan. You can even see they commit the egg because they know, Fly knows, that if he takes out this Shadow Demon, it's now a 4-on-5 in the pit.
No
and this
shadow
is that
poison.
fight right here. It's so difficult. Abed plays near flawlessly, almost gets the kill on Fly. There's no egg, though, so it's not a huge deal, but it's such a difficult engagement. There's no DJ just yet. They do get the BKB on Artur, but at the same time, he has to go into the pit early because they have no shadow poison to scout it out.
And they looked at DJ, unfortunately, couldn't steal anything. And this is the fight, right? It just, you see 1K, 4, 5, 6K. All of a sudden, it just got turned around.
And it's just, you killed the Wraith King, right? But he has the built-in Aegis. Now Sumail has an Aegis.
And look at this, the rocket. They knew where he was going. They didn't have anything in wait. Here comes Fly. You see him soaring. Sentry, you're dead.
So close.
And now this one, is this the fight? I do believe they get Arteezy, but the rest of it was just too rough for him.
This is where you need the force staff. Yeah. There's like so many cases in this game where like the one time that Abed got saved like 3 times and then he dies anyways. Those type of spots where if you have 1 or 2 force staffs, that hero lives, and those change the pace of the game because that hero comes back into the fight, and instead you're forced to buy back on the Pugna. Then he diebacks, and this turns into another lane of racks for the side of EG, and then. I mean, this game just got out of hand really quickly, and that's just the nature of it. I learned a lot of cool interactions. I didn't even think about the consideration of disrupting the Wraith King and then everyone having lifesteal on your team. A lot of, like, really interesting just factors that came into this draft. I like drafts for both teams, to be honest with you. I think, like, this was an even draft, even game, like, both teams showing it.
Yeah, and there you see the last. And that was another thing. Crit, that one time, remember, he made Eternal Envy pop the BKB top lane, and then he solo killed him elsewhere on the map middle again. It's one of those times where it's a very well-played game, and then all of a sudden you see one team is even just 1% crisper than the other team, and they end up taking it.
And that feels like the big distinction. Fnatic fans all year have got to be so frustrated because this team shows that they can be tier 1, right? But they make errors in things that you simply need to have mastered if you're going to compete to win lands of this caliber, notably with like item decisions, team fight selection. You watch teams, the top 4 we have, EG, VGJ, the VP and Liquid. Like everything they do seems to make sense, and even if you don't see the logic right away, when you think about it, you're like, wow, that's really good. Notably, Artur, he's behind in this game, so he goes straight for the BKB to ensure that he actually can get online.
Because he knows he has to fight. He's like, I can't just farm my way back in this game.
Exactly. But then goes Mask of Madness Ags because he understands certain interactions that we had to think about a bit, but he knows.
Yeah.
And it's very insightful, and it's necessary, again, if you want to win.
A lot of players, I feel like, if they're trying to get better at Dota, they could easily see how he would end up with Mask of Madness, Ags, BKB, but they wouldn't go in that order. They'd go like, I need to farm my way back, Mask of Madness, and then BKB. But like, there's like so many fights that he participated in because he had that BKB. It's not only important to have the right items; it's important to build them in the right order. So that's why these players, it's not a matter of like, what's the right item build? It's what are you needing to do at that point in the game? What item does that for you?
And I think VGJ and EG both demonstrating like they must have scrimmed each other a lot or something, or they have similar ideas.
I know Fnatic was here before and after the summit the whole time, so I assume so.
Yeah, they it's very methodical. They sacrificed, as you called it, the dead lane, like the entire game. They start playing around Roche, and just the little things like Fly committing egg to kill off Pylai Die. That's only done because he has no buyback, and both teams willing to use buybacks. I think Sumail, I've seen Ursus go a lot of really strange items, but this Blink Basher, Aquila, seems to be the way to go. Like, that's just raw damage output. You have the solo kill potential, and there were a lot of times where that one bash just lands the kill.
I think the only item I've ever seen on Ursa that made sense to input into that build is a Helm of the Dominator. And it's only because it was an offlane Ursa with 33, and his job was to do what all the other offlaners are trying to do. That's the only exception to the Blink Basher, like, immediately.
Yeah, and to your point, I think that's, like, a really cool distinction is that these teams on top, they understand, like, every player knows what is my role in the game, and how do I optimize not just my impact, but my team's impact when we go and take these huge engagements, because it's always going to be a fight at Roche or a fight around a tower. If you want to win the game, you have to win a team fight. And that goes back again even to the draft where EG has Phoenix, and that hero, just with no silencer in the pool, it just seems like the strongest 5. That Shadow Demon's cool interaction got a lot of, he did work, but it's Phoenix.
Yeah. And Weaver Band, I think, is important for Phoenix as well. It's just a hero that creates a lot of issues, not only like for the egg, but like the Clinks is a hero that he's not as much of a first rounder. I feel like people have first rounded him, but the reason why I mentioned Weaver is they end up banning the Clinks, but like they picked the Phoenix first round, and then the Weaver's already been banned. Like if Weaver was in the pool, I assure you that Mirana pick would have been a Weaver.
Do you think if they lane differently, the game can go? Because they left Envy on an island, and he had a very hard time. They also lost that tier 1, as you said. Like, I felt like the Pugna should be the one that gets the first tier 1, but because Envy's just left there alone, they backlane him once, catapult wave, Wraith King with a Bassi. They just kill the tower, I think, around the 6-minute mark.
Yeah. Would that? So your question about should they have landed differently? I think any other team in this tournament should have and would have landed differently, but Fnatic always sacrifices Envy, and it's just like this. Each player has an idea of what their role in the team is, like what gaps they're supposed to fill, not only in itemization, but also just there's certain jobs in the game that have to be taken care of. And like Envy always does this. Universe is almost always enabled on these high pressure heroes. He's responsible for being like the second part. Like it's really an Abed in a universe that are meant to carry this team, and Envy's just this utility hero. That's why you put him on these Spectres, these even like Terrorblade, who is like a split pushing objective taker. Like these heroes just do their job in the game, and he's always thrown to the wolves.
That makes sense. Well, while you guys have been teaching the scrubs exactly and these in-depth things, which is amazing. We do have a group update. VGJ Storm, they guarantee themselves first seed because VP got 2-0'd by Vici Gaming.
Really?
Wow.
Yes.
That was important because Vici Gaming is one of the 5-7 teams. It looks like Pain got 2-0'd by somebody.
By Optic.
By Optic.
I believe Optic.
So Optic's out of elimination.
Well,
okay.
Close
yes,
to.
they are out. They have a chance to go to first seed. Not first seed.
No, they're not guaranteed
to upper bracket.
If they go 0-2 and the two teams in the last.
They're playing Vici. If they 2-0 Vici, they're upper bracket.
They are.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Because they would be 8.
Oh my God, they would be guaranteed to at least have a tiebreaker because if newbie goes 2-0.
The implications though, that would actually force like major tiebreakers then for 2-3-4. But that
hang on, we still have another thing. Winstrike took game 1 against OG, guaranteeing they're either not eliminated.
Yeah.
Well, they're not because it'll be a tiebreaker, or if they win game 2, IG's gone.
IG's 4-12.
IG's gone.
Winstrike's 4-11.
Yes.
Yeah, if they win against OG, they're in. And this also has implications for this game because it means Fnatic, you still can force a tiebreaker to the upper bracket.
Because OG's 8-7, and you're 7-8.
And we talked about this the previous game as well. Jesus. But no team has ever placed in the top 3 at TI that started in the lower bracket.
You need this. You need this.
If you all really want to come here and say we're going to win, you've got to get into the upper bracket. I mean, maybe you change the stakes and everything, but the highest position you've ever seen is 4th. And last year, we saw the top 2 seeds in both groups finish in the top 4 of the overall pool of TI. And it's kind of crazy. You go to the upper bracket, you win 1 series, you're top 6.
Yeah.
And then
what is that, like $1 million? I think
something like that.
Yeah, top like 6 places.
Maybe
decent.
2 million. I don't know.
It's decent.
It's not really important. It's
Yeah,
not about the
point,
money. It's about the Dota.
Remember, they're just playing Dota as a bunch of friends.
Oh yeah,
and $25 million.
Exactly.
He said that before the tournament, but now you think about it now, I'm sure, he's still friendly, but he's probably like,
hell no.
Screw that.
Liquid don't have friends at this event. They're coming a 2-time champion this.
Yep.
That's all part of the facade. And then in the booth, they're just like, guys, no prisoners.
Yeah.
And so people know, I just want to say, Pain Gaming versus Serenity is going to be
for elimination.
Absolute bloodbath. Is there any chance Newbie has who does Newbie play?
Secret.
They play Secret, so
Secret is
wow.
Yeah, so
I don't even want to. It's hard to talk about this because I'm not even sure how it's all going to go.
Look, if the way it works, if there's tiebreakers for upper, lower, or elimination, they're always played, no matter the head-to-head. The only time head-to-head comes into effect is when it's for seeding purposes. But you could theoretically have Pain and Serenity split, and Newbie and Secret split, and then you have like 3 teams. Or sorry, Newbie could get 2-0'd, Optic could get 2-0'd. You'd have 4 teams tied. A 4-team tiebreaker
for getting eliminated.
6 and 10. That'd be crazy.
Do you know how scary that'd be, playing in a 4-team tiebreaker, and you're like, if we're the worst just out of these 4 teams, goodbye.
It's sort of like the wild card.
Yeah.
And losing the wild card sucks.
You have done that. I know a lot. Actually, a lot of the NA teams, I believe, Navi US
rite
as well,
of
lost it.
Archon,
yeah,
I think.
Archon. Yeah, it's real rough for those teams, but I mean, guess what? Just win game. I know. I'm saying that just win games.
Yep.
I know coming from a scrub like me.
Just win.
Just
and
win.
To confirm, I think this does guarantee EG is top 2 seed. That might have already happened.
No matter what, yeah.
Yeah, but so they're top 2 for sure. But this still has a lot of implications for Fnatic. They're 7-8. OG is 8-7. And Winstrike still has a lot to lose. You don't want to play a BO1 tiebreaker for your TI lives.
Are we sure it's BO1?
I believe so.
You believe so? Okay. I didn't know either.
I'm pretty sure you can't have a BO2 group.
What about a BO5 tiebreaker?
That's true.
The Dota.
Let's bring back
to the death.
What was it? Star Ladder best of 7.
Ooh, that was a fun series.
That happened?
Or no, I remember there was
that was the 3-0 turned into the 4-3. That was like the only time that's ever gonna happen.
Well, there was a Chinese tournament long ago. I want to say DKE home that they took a lunch break during the series. This was 2012, 2013. They took a lunch break during it because it was a set and it went all 7.
Yeah, didn't that go? Wasn't that the reverse sweep?
That's what I said. That was the 3-0.
That wasn't Star though. It was a W.
I guess Star.
It started
Ladder,
with a W.
Sure.
It was
WSG,
in China.
WCA.
No, maybe
WNBL.
No.
Well, either way, we have a game 2 coming up. The lobby's about to start. Both teams saying they're ready. We've said we're ready.
Yep.
But
the biggest thing here is Fnatic. You gotta get this win. I mean, easier said than done. As we've seen, we get bird's eye view. They. How do you go into this mentally right now? I know we can talk about it over and over. The draft is up, but what do you do if you're Universe? You're the calm one on your team. Actually, that whole team is pretty calm outside of Eternal. Now that I think about it, they're all pretty calm. Like, do you go in there, Eternal Envy? You got this. Your draft. You can outdraft EG. You can do this. Or do you go in yelling?
I don't think Universe has ever yelled in his life. I feel like that guy is.
No. I played. he's a very competitive person at anything he plays. I remember I don't know. He did yell at me once because I beat him in a game, but I mean, I'm not too.
You beat everybody though.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, can't be helped.
Yeah.
So that's another rite of passage. Lose a wild card, lose to Grand 1v1 mid. It just happens.
Yeah, I mean, Fear proceeded to go on and win TI after that. So what's in the cards for me, Grant?
Well, you're here, aren't you?
You're casting some of the best Dota. You probably casted 2 of the best games last night. We'll see it. Maybe even all TI.
Did I really cast, or did I just sit there saying, "Oh God"?
You learned a lot, and now we have the draft. So IO and Enchantress. These 2 teams, I think, prioritize it more than any other team. That'll never get through, guaranteed, unless there's a counter. And now Wraith King.
I think Necro's an important hero to take out from Fnatic. I think EG plays around the hero too well. If you ban I think if EG bans something like Willow and then picks Necro, that'd be really scary.
I feel like with Silencer unbanned, you got to think about that hero as well. Then its relationship with Phoenix and Wraith King. I like banning EG. It's a second pick hero. I think you don't want a first pick overall Wraith King, but it's so nice later on in the draft. They got it 4th the previous game, but you can tell like they have a super high valuation of that hero.
And the Venge, huh?
Yeah. Got to also keep in mind there could be a Drow second pick depending on the scenario.
I really like opening up with Necro personally, but I guess Pugna's still in the pool. But I know it's just a hero
Silencer too. I don't like it. I think they go Tiny here.
And
you think Tiny first pick?
Yeah. I think it's just more. It's one of the most open heroes.
Oh, there it goes. Well, joke's on you. Maybe it's either CM, Silencer, or Necro.
I think it'll be CM. I think Fnatic responds with Silencer. It's a difficult spot, though, because to your point, Necro is a great pick, and you might just pick it because it's simply the strongest, most like open core it feels, especially when you're EG and you can play it on all 3 heroes, or players, rather. But there's just so much to deal with it still left in the pool.
Yeah, I just remember VGJ first picking it anyways, and it really worked out well for them. And I feel like these 2 teams play so similarly and rely on, they're from the same region and they have similar types of players. And like I said, it's going to be one of the 3 heroes that I didn't list.
Yeah, we forgot it. Let's be fair.
Yeah,
it was first 3 banned in the previous game, and I think it's an excellent choice in this situation because it's a core, but it's versatile. I think it. We also probably could have looked at Mirana. Just a bit strange, the Weaver first pick with Venge banned, but there's still plenty you can combo with it.
Maybe you go the Wraith King Willow in response from Fnatic. That's like something we've seen. Just you need to be able to have a sentry and threaten the Weaver when he Sakuchis. That's how I've really looked at it as the way to approach Weaver in the lane. Because if you don't, he just wins the lane, and if he just wins the lane, I don't know.
How much
doesn't feel very good.
Do you think the talents are in his pickability? Like specifically level 10, 35% XP.
It's
gain.
huge. I mean, he's a hero that honestly is level starved usually past the mid game because he spends the first 15 or so minutes farming a lot, and then it's just sporadic fighting and then a little bit of farming, and that extra bit of XP is really what allows him to actually get to the level 25 reliably, and his level 25s are so powerful, the Sakuchi move speed or the Geminate attack, both of which have unique applications. And I think any hero in the game that we've seen, as you mentioned, these supports with the GPM talents at level 10, Weaver with the 10 talent for the XP, like these level 10 talents can absolutely change the viability of a hero.
I think it's specifically XP gain and gold per minute because they're just, you can't compete with them. They're manufacturing just the resources that make your hero powerful.
Yeah, and Dota's a race.
Yeah, there's no, it's like putting a rocket booster. It's like wearing Heelys.
Yeah.
It's so much easier to run downhill if you just have wheels all of a sudden.
If you're not even running, you're just rolling.
I don't know about Heelys, though. Those things, if you accidentally get rolling and then there's just nothing down there but gravel, you're going to eat dirt.
How are you eating dirt if it's gravel?
Because eating, I swear. Silencer going to get picked up here. Earth Spirit as well. So we do see the open up of DJ and Pilot Ice heroes showing no cores. You expect EG to probably respond with Fly's hero here?
Yeah, and this is interesting because these are two
Phoenix, because Silencer, right?
Heavy silence, disable support. So no Phoenix, no CM, I would say. And this is where I feel like a team like Liquid would run like that 2 melee support combination and just get aggressive. Also, something like Furion in this pick as a support could be so strong. Neither one of these heroes deal with summons. Yeah. Nature's Prophet or Chen are so good in this spot, especially when you already have a Weaver. You combine the global mobility with a Weaver that can invis on top of targets, provide vision with the bug.
And he's independent too.
Yep.
Meaning like you help him in the early stage of the laning stage, and then you can leave him alone.
Yep.
What about the opposite of Phoenix? A hero we haven't seen a little bit, Winter Wyvern. Is he just... what's going on with that hero in general? It's going to be a Crystal Maiden.
Okay, and they just pick standard heroes for Evil Geniuses. I feel like certain teams would pick differently than this, but the Crystal Maiden, if you're going to farm all 3 lanes, might as well give the heroes the ability to use more abilities.
And it helps. Weaver doesn't have to, like... Right, Weaver used to love going Lincolns because it gave you the mana regen as well as, you know, blocking a spell. But with Crystal Maiden, you don't care about mana.
Nowadays, you just go bottle.
Or
Weaver will go almost certainly, like, bottle... Diffusal BKB. He has to go an early BKB against the Silencer. There's no other item to deal with it. Same with the Earth Spirit. And
you're not a Manta guy on Weaver?
Nah, it's too expensive.
Yeah, the move speed doesn't benefit you at all either, and you also usually lack damage.
Yeah. It's like the same damage, actually.
Yeah. But a hero like Spectre, when we always mention like getting that early Manta, it's because that hero is more powerful in fights with the Manta.
Gotcha.
And ranged heroes also longer cooldown on the Manta. But they ban out the Enigma. I like that ban a lot, because they have the Silencer to secure like the team fight, and they need like a hero to initiate the team fight. Earth Spirit is a secondary initiator. Like that is a hero that likes to go in as a follow-up rather than first.
Love the Nyx ban's nice. There's still a Pugna and a Necro in the pool. You force EG, because you have this second pick ban into immediate pick combination in the second phase, you can't leave us Necro now that we've taken out Nyx. And you have the option, you can get rid of Pugna, take some other intelligence core, or you can just ban another thing against Pugna and pick it yourself. I think heroes like Clinks are in both teams' minds right now, specifically on Fnatic. Although I've seen EG run this Clinks Weaver combo before, I think.
I like DK a lot for Fnatic as well. Simply because I mentioned they need a hero to start the fight. A lot of the traditional ones in this current patch, such as Tiny, such as Wraith King in the offlane, have been taken out of the pool already. And if you have a Silencer global, you don't want to be using it defensively all the time. You want to be able to like have it secure you both types of fights. And if they're going to first round it, which I know these teams know this, they're going to pick something to make it work in team fights.
Yep, and you see the last 2 bans, Ursa, Necro, 2 heroes we've seen first picked a lot, won't even make it there to the second phase. And they ban Necro themselves. They're like, yeah, we don't want to deal with it, even though we know we're not picking it.
And I think after Sumel's performance in the previous game, like you know, like you got to be a little concerned.
He got owned middle, and then doesn't matter though.
He didn't get owned middle. He was winning in CS.
Okay, let's do it by numbers. He was winning by CS. Sumail won. He was losing in kills. Abed won. He was losing in net worth. Abed 2-1. Abed was winning the lane.
Who established these comparison statistics?
What else is there in the lane?
You're not even factoring in experience.
I am. It was dead even. So 2-1.
What about there has to be a fifth one, though?
His teammates roaming for him?
There's your initiator.
Damn. That is a great pick with Silencer, too. I love when you have a Silence to cover the duel, and that's one of the Weaver counters. DK, LC, Void, Bloodseeker. These heroes that can just cast a spell on the Weaver that renders him incapable of moving and or heavily punishing him when he does so.
I think you immediately make this an offlane Weaver because of this pick, and you pick a melee hero. They're lacking Disable, to be honest with you, in terms of stuff that stops you from auto-attacking. Ursa comes to mind, and this is the first time I suggest this hero the entire tournament.
Banned.
No, I'm saying, sorry, so like Ursa comes to mind, so they banned it.
Yeah.
And that's like the powerful hero. This is the first time I've suggested this hero this entire tournament, but I think Troll Warlord actually looks really good for EG right now. Like fourth
I can see it, yeah. BKB heroes, for sure. And to your point, I like Weaver offlane a lot because offlane Weaver loves to go like just Treads, Aquila, Bottle, like Dragonlance, Diffusal, BKB, and it's fine because you're the 3. So you're more about getting good bug applications off, hunting the supports, making sure you survive. Core Weaver, you're never going to get to a point, like, as the game progresses, LC still just kills you. So you're never really reaching a point where you're happy to be playing Weaver as your hard carry. So I 100% agree it's an offlaner here. What are the options if you're EG, though, for your other support? I think you're looking at your crit hero here. It's a tough spot because it's just rough to play any int heroes.
I feel like Treant looks good, but I always feel like I overvalue that hero compared to what these teams do.
Yep. So you think they just won't go for something
like
comfort?
Treant Weaver based on what's banned already, and also just like you need some sort of punish when they jump you.
Pudge.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. Okay. That is a great hero. Whenever you're playing against LC, that reposition from the hook, it's a guarantee to land on your ally or your enemy, and it's also incredible synergy.
Wow,
with
is this the first
Metaden.
Pudge?
No, there's been at least one
first
other.
Pudge we've
casted.
casted.
Yeah, for sure.
It's also rot toggling doesn't trigger the silencer Q effect, so you can just bully the the 2 supports. In fact, the entire draft of Fnatic right now doesn't really scale in damage output, and Pudge exponentially will increase his health pool.
Think about it.
I'm thinking.
So they nerfed Pudge's hook from 17 seconds to 27 seconds level 1.
Correct.
How good is it to have a hero who can't cast any abilities against Silencer?
It's too good.
Wow. It's too good.
It's too good.
It is too good.
Well, guess
Troll
what?
Warlord 100% right now. My pick
Take
of
it to the bank.
Yes.
Take it to the bank. Okay, but this TB, let's talk about it. This is the EE hero. This guy loses more lanes than anyone with this hero, but he also wins more games than anyone with this hero, besides maybe Ame. Hear me out. I mean, you guys are liking EG's draft a little bit more right now, but it just Fnatic's going comfort zone, right? DJ, Earth Spirit, Pilot Eye Silencer, Terrorblade for EE.
This doesn't look like something like a Tinker game for Fnatic.
It's scary if EG could consider picking it as well. Yeah. It is against Silencer Earth Spirit, though. It's a bit rough. I feel like Pugna is okay, but you're playing against Silencer. They could Timbersaw, but it's the same deal. Like, I love that they cover the TB with all. They have a cleanse and an Earth Spirit and then a Silent. Like, there's so much to protect this TB.
Are they going to be playing too passively now, though? Like, you have you have Legion Commander initiate with Global, but like, then you just going with Earth Spirit. Aren't you kind of all in there? Well, that's a Zeus.
Oh, I like that pick against the Terrorblade.
Especially with the CM aura to spam. I mean,
that means they might be putting Weaver safe lane because they could do offlane Zeus against Terrorblade.
That I could see.
We've seen S4 has played it quite a bit in pubs.
The thing is, no matter where the Zeus goes, he'll end up as the 2 in this game. Like, your Zeus always is going to get some net worth, and they're reliant upon him to deal tons of damage. It's a great pick against LC and Terrorblade, obviously for the illusion clear. TB has incredibly low strength gain and base starting health, and then LC, you cancel his blink, and when you duel somebody, you're just blasting him in the mouth with tons of damage.
Yeah, I just feel like they lack reach on Fnatic. Like, they don't have the ability to, until Legion Commander blink and some levels on Earth Spirit. This is like, I'm talking first like 8 to 10 minutes of the game. It feels like EG's heroes have free reign to do whatever they want, really. And that makes these heroes like Zeus that are fragile. We saw this happen yesterday where we thought Zeus would have a good game, and then he got killed by Weaver like 3 or 4 times. And I don't see that happening this game. I don't think they have a way of reliably killing him. So unless they pick it in the last pick for what I believe will be Abed's hero, I think they're going to need something like that. Something on Fnatic that offers them the ability to be active early on before the Legion Commander blink. Terrorblade just going to be farming all game. He loses his lane every game because that's just how Envy is and how Terrorblade honestly is.
What about EG? What's their last pick here?
I mean, I still think Troll, but it doesn't synergize at all with Zeus. I just think it matches up.
You need lockdown, right? Like some sort of...
You definitely need a little.
Yeah, and preferably something that can buy BKB, because... you lose fights. I feel like if you have another hero that just gets just crushed by the silence.
Like the Weaver Zeus can both just get run out. Well, they know exactly they want the Bloodseeker. That is definitely.
I wanted a hero that laned well against Legion, and that's fine. I'm fine with that pick. It's actually really good against Terrorblade. A lot of people don't realize that if you rupture him and then put the silence on him, you either force him to BKB defensively, or you can, which in case you disengage, or he is in trouble.
And it's typical EG. You have 3 independent cores that can play alone very easily, and then 2 roaming supports. CM, of course, with the aura that makes all of his cores better. And you can just connect 1+1. Any core, any support's very easily going to find a kill. And I agree. I think Bloodseeker, it's a BKB hero, and you don't have damage output right now on Fnatic to deal with just. Like, EG's actually got so much damage.
I was thinking, like, I just wanted a core that would capitalize on the fact that they had limited playmaking ability early on in the game.
You've been calling for Visage multiple times. Why do they pick it here, though? You don't like it, but why do you think they picked it?
Here's what I watch. I watch Eternal Envy play pubs on Visage. He's not even playing this game. But that hero, I feel like, is supposed to lose his lane really hard, and then he ends up winning his lane. In this game, he's against or not winning, but, like, doing pretty well. And this is a hero that the reason why he's not seen all that much is his fragility in the laning stage, like before level 6. Yeah. But once he gets level 6, this hero is one of the most powerful heroes in the game. You block the punch hook with the birds, so past level 6, he's not vulnerable to that. You're against a Zeus, a hero that does not lane dominate, so you should have a decent start. And then also you would put out a ridiculous amount of single target damage, and that's really good against heroes like Bloodseeker.
The issue is, though, you do have less than base magic resistance, which is one of only heroes with the exception of Meatbow that might have actually been changed back to regular. You have 10% instead of the base, like 24. So you're going to take tons of damage from Sumail, and he does go the manly item, the aggressive build on Zeus. No points in his static field. He just goes W, Q, W, so he can just blast you for tons of damage in the early laning phase. And I think this mid lane is going to be super critical. And keep in mind, you have a Bloodseeker as well. And high harass lanes in both mid and the side lanes.
Makes them stronger.
It's very scary for your LC.
If Fnatic does not lose this game in the first 4 minutes, they'll win.
I think it's all about Abed, right? If Abed gets strong enough, if he's somehow, but by after 10 minutes, the #1 net worth, that's going to be enough to buy Envy time to get to a point where he can carry. But you got to bear in mind the Zeus, man. There's no real answer to Zeus in this game.
Visage can solo carry this game, to be honest with you. The thing that if what you just said happens, which I agree is possible,
it's just so hard.
It's so much. It's a tall ask. Playing against EG, lane dominating team with lane dominating heroes other than the Zeus, but that hero is still like not a weak laner.
Yeah,
it's rough.
It's just you're gonna have a Weaver like running on top of you. You're gonna get slowed. Like just the Nova against Visage, 5 seconds, 50% slow. Like,
and you never know if there's a pudge behind them.
Yep.
Those birds, it's a big deal because they have a low base attack time, which means they attack really fast, but they also have a low attack speed. So attack speed slows are quite effective against the birds. As you mentioned with the CM, another hero like Jakiro, those type of heroes are quite obnoxious for the birds. But like I said, I feel like if they can get past this laning stage, I think Fnatic will do quite well this game. The Terrorblade is kind of just the utility hero in the game, as weirdly as it is for Fnatic. They don't play Terrorblade in this like hard 1 position. He's like, he builds like drums, or like he might even build a hood this game. You know, he's gonna build these like.
He's 100% buying a pipe. Like that is probably I'd say HOD pipe, maybe a medallion in there. Those are like those core items you were talking about that make him.
You're talking about Visage, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was it? Wait, were you not talking?
I said Envy might even buy a hood.
Oh.
No, Visage will 100% buy a hood.
Envy could. I just think it's hard because if you buy too many, I think you need a BKB, right? Like 100%. I think hood and an early BKB might be too much of an investment. I could see like drums though, like drums Yasha BKB or drums Dragonlance BKB, something like that. But you definitely need it ASAP. Probably at a time with your HOD pipe or hood on Visage, BKB Terrorblade, you're good to go. Now you can crush through fights. But you can see EG just dominating the bottom runes. Are they going to start here as 3 or just do the same and attack this lane, force the teleports to the safe lane tower, and then send one guy top?
You can't leave Bloodseeker against 2 heroes this game, in my opinion. Meaning, like, Fnatic can't 2v2 a Bloodseeker lane.
But look at this. This is a cool innovation from Envy. He's going to block with the illusion and then run to the tower to prevent EG
my God.
from backstabbing him. Next level.
So funny. For anyone that's just tuning in, for the last few days, we've seen teams cutting the carry off, forcing them to TP. It's happened to Arteezy like 3 games in a row, so EG giving what is a taste of people's own medicine here, and that's so funny by Envy.
Mind game. That's next level right there.
He goes over and buys a Quelling Blade, too. That's a big deal, because he's never getting to that side shop ever
Is
again.
this, I mean, not having Metamorphosis at level 1, is it that big of a deal at all, or no? I mean, isn't he going to lose a lot of last hits down there?
Would you rather have to TP, or would you rather have Metamorph? That's the choice you
Yep, I guess. And the problem is, though, he is going to be 2v1 down there. We'll see if he gets any last hits or denies. Probably not, but top lane, it is going to be a 3-hook.
Bottom lane.
Yep,
that's the TP coming into play.
And there you go.
There you go.
Imagine if he didn't have that.
If he had meta, he'd just be dead.
And now he will get full HP from that health potion. So Eternal Envy does get hooked, but he does a nice job. Skills and teleport scrolls getting out of there. Arteezy just right-clicking DJ. It's a 2-on-2. Meanwhile, Universe is just farming. He's like, this is sweet. Thanks, guys. But are you got to TP DJ or Pilot out of there sometime, right? Or move him middle or bottom?
Arteezy will run this lane over if they leave Universe 2v2. Like, and he might even just run it over anyway.
A lot of damage.
I like the second point, or like the point in silence at level 2.
That was really cool because they just shoved the wave with CM Bloodseeker. This is not a lane you can actually try lane against effectively.
TB is dead bottom. Crit will just run him down with that hook plus rod. S4 says hello. And well, we've seen this time and time again. EE will lose his TB lane. It's all about will the other lanes win. Right now they're doing a good job bullying Arteezy. Is he just going to be dead here? Sure is. See you later. Pilot Eye takes 2 damage and 2 intellect. And now Fly. This is very much going to be 4 intellect for Pilot Eye. He is the smartest man alive currently at 2 minutes into the game. And the only other lane now we haven't looked at is going to be Visage. It's funny, right? Visage and Zeus are both very bad at just last hitting with right clicks. So who has the advantage?
Oh, definitely Zeus. Look at the base
Visage, like weakest laner in the game, level 1 through 5.
71 versus what's Visage? Like 40 something?
I would love to check
50.
for you.
It's 50 flat.
60. All right, it's not as bad as I thought, but he's got the
Basilius, so he has 62. Yeah.
Well, top lane right now, Arteezy is in a 1v3 lane. This is, I believe, when Arteezy played some of his worst Dota back a couple months ago, but a TB back from Fly now.
He's used to it. This has been the safe lane for like 6 months, so.
And
oh, wow, he used the Blood Right during the Q. Oh, what? Arteezy! Arteezy, he's got 3 stacks!
Here. Yeah, he is taking a ton of damage. We are going to see overwhelming odds come out. I believe he might just be dead. No, he has a Tango. Should be fine.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. The Tango regen, the Blood Rage wore off as well.
And
but he's only level 2, and he has no points in his.
But that's the thing, right? These are lane dominant teams. He did that. He knew what was going to happen to get the range creep. Like he needed that experience that much. I assume that's what he was doing for it.
The thing is that the key heroes for Fnatic, like LC, does not take over a game. It doesn't matter how much farm he gets. Like, nice stun.
You're good. It looks like he just TVs out a hole, and they don't get the kill. But Fly, he does have a healing salve, plus 3 mangoes, so he's got some nice regen.
This is not what Fnatic wants. Like they might kill Arteezy. It doesn't matter. They're just going to get lane spammed at them. So even though LC is owning, he never takes over the game. They need their Terrorblade and Visage, and they're the ones struggling.
Eternal Envy tried to pull the camp bottom, and Crit had an illusion rune sitting on top of the small camp, making sure that if he tried to pull it, it would get dragged. It's just the little things these players do to keep the lane where they want it. The lane's like it's in danger zone for Terrorblade. He's level 2, while both heroes in the EG lane are level 4 on Weaver, level 3 on Pudge. This is why you don't have solo off laners or solo safe laners anymore, because in this patch, because of denies, look at Weaver, he has 13 denies. You out-level a hero 2v1. In the past, that wasn't possible.
And you see, Abed will steal that double damage rune up from Sumail. So maybe it'll help him out in lane a little bit.
He has his Q on Universe, dead to him, yep.
Gets the CM, but now Arteezy, look at that. He can't even fight with that moment of courage. You don't want a one-on-one fight.
Look at the dive. Eternal Envy bottom have the bugs.
Bugs come out. Do we have any teleport scrolls for anyone else? Doesn't look like no TP. This will just be a kill. You give it to S4. Yep, Crit will do that. Now, do you just pressure his tower as hard as you can with the he has the Aquila, pardon me, already.
You only TP to help your carry if there's counterplay potential, and Terrorblade has none at this point in the game. Not only because he's a Terrorblade, but also because he's level 3 and this Weaver's level 4.
It's so bad because once they get the dive, now they can pull the lane all the way back. And if Envy goes back, he's got it. Yeah, he's just gonna go top jungle. It looks like because if he goes bottom, there's no lane control. He'll just die again. No vision either.
This is an Envy special. He's gonna gank.
He's gonna get the bounty rune.
No, he's gonna gank top with the level 2 metamorphosis. Like this is just what he does. He ain't like a normal or not normal. I don't want to say normal. And a standard carry player. Did they see him?
Yeah, no, look right up top.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, they do see it. They're going to roll in, though. Fly's going to be in a little bit of trouble. A nice stun from Arteezy. They got to make sure to at least get Fly. But it looks like they'll get Arteezy instead. Give Eternal Envy this kill, possibly. Oh, he won't get it. They do, though. DJ picks it up, and Fly's still trying to run. Pilot Eye's like, I'm getting this intelligence.
Pudge is freed up to go mid lane. He might hook Abed.
S4 TPs.
But S4 TPs in here. Will he get it? He gets the bugs off on DJ. Pilot Eye will get out. Looks like this should be a kill on at least DJ. We'll go to middle here.
And
nothing's
Envy
happening
Dragon creeps
here.
top. This is so funny to watch Eternal Envy do.
That's a great play, and it's super cool rotation from S4, and they just bring the Bloodseeker to bottom. But LC, he died, so he's going to just TP down to cover. He didn't die, but this is what you want.
No man on him.
Yeah, pressure the TB. That's the name of the game for EG.
And Bloodseeker loves being.
Oh, he gets the hook. He hooks him over to the right side. Sumail hits him with the nuke. Do we have any more damage? He actually has an early point in the static field. Maybe a second point in the Q would get him the kill. Now it's going to be a two-man curse crit. Can he get the knife? Sure can.
He got ult on Zeus. He got ult.
He doesn't have the mana. He has a clarity. He's going to use it right now.
He has 4. He has Gravekeeper's cloak. That's not enough.
Yeah,
and now
he
he's
saw
gonna
him, though, but why not?
And at least, I mean, you use it, but now you see where everyone is on the map as well.
Yeah, just in case.
And it's going to be... This seems to be a lot like last game. Yep. Fnatic taking an early kill advantage, but the gold lead in EG's favor. Like
Visage has 6, though, when he gets back to wave. This is a huge deal for this hero. Like, if he's not that far behind, he will start to pull ahead in this lane the minute he gets his 6.
He's doing quite well, to be honest. 19.
They're trying to go. Yep, they're going mid because of the level 6 on Visage.
Die over here in the middle lane. We're going to see. Can he still stun him? S4 gets a kill. This might still be a kill. He gets the Fairy Fire off as well, but he will just run away, and he has a Shrine active.
Yeah, and Terrorblade getting dove top by S4.
The problem is that, much like last game, Arteezy's hero is not necessary for to carry late game. Envy's is. He's far more important to his team's overall damage output, so even though they're both behind, Arteezy's a Bloodseeker.
That's not good for DJ. He's going to roll forward, but S4's here as well. DJ should just get killed here. He doesn't have Sakuchi up quite yet. Sumail is going to pop that range drum. Now S4 just runs in, doesn't even want to use the bugs. We'll just get the kill there. And S4 is dominating. Once again, it's just mayhem. The laning phase, it's actually just Universe versus Arteezy somewhere, and then just 4 heroes on each team running around.
Yeah, the thing about Bloodseeker is he recovers so well because against heroes like Legion, he doesn't lose the lane anymore.
Crits here. They get the bug up. It won't matter. S4 is just massacring him right now. And we are going to see Pilot Eye gets blasted. These raindrops just going away so quickly.
Because Arteezy has a good matchup bottom, they don't need to help him anymore, so they're allowed to just invade other lanes. And since Terrorblade's so neutered, they don't even need to worry about him. So now it's going to bleed into the Visage's game. Terrorblade get ganked over and over again.
He can't lane against Fly top.
Yeah,
there's just a CM top that Terrorblade is afraid of.
Because I mean, one person TPs, right? Yeah, and you're just dead.
You can't be this weak of a core at this stage of the game. Even though you're level 3, or you're level 5 and he's level 3, if he gets a +1, you just die.
Yep.
So that's why he's not laning top.
They're still in a position, though, Fnatic with a turnaround team fight, they get back into the game, but it's scary right now. And Weaver, this was the first pick hero for EG, and there's a reason he's so powerful.
And Legion just has Phase Aquila, which is nice, those items, but it doesn't change the way Legion can do anything. She can't pressure Arteezy, despite the fact that Universe has this good start.
They're looking for a kill, though. They are smoked up. DJ as well as Pilot Eye. They're going to roll on forward. Is going to miss, and now the double silence comes out. S4 is there. They get the duel. This might be damage for Arteezy. It's going to be a fight. The Zeus ulti will help. That's plus damage. That is not good. Pilot Eye is going to die. DJ is going to die. EG is going to dominate the bottom lane. And what is your plan? EE is just farming jungle, still Fly. Looking like Kuroki yesterday in the Phoenix. He's like, all right, if I have to, I'll just farm.
if you guys insist.
And you see right here, look at that. The roll misses and a perfect blood right.
As soon as that blood right comes down, you see the Pudge. And that's the strength of Weaver, though. He's just kind of hiding off to the side. Then all of a sudden, he gets a 3-man bugs, dives tower, finds the kill. And the problem with Fnatic's lineup as well, they have 3 cores, and none of them can actually get involved in the game. Scion's Earth Spirit really aren't the greatest roamers either. Yeah, you have an Earth Spirit, sure, but all your lanes are behind. And the hero that had an advantage is Legion Commander, who's only really able to farm in a lane until Blink Dagger, and you're not even able to 1v1 a Bloodseeker because he's running around with
And
tons of damage.
Yeah, we slow the game down a little bit. We look at the wards. Each team only has about one. This ward by Dire. Crit has vision of the jungle as well as the mid lane if they try to back out. Arteezy smoked up the hook is going to hit. What a play. Arteezy's just going to cast Rupture on him. Good luck getting out. We are going to see a kick. It hits on Arteezy on the backside. They tried to kill Sumail, but DJ, guess what? You can't do that. S4 is just killing a tower bottom. DJ will go down, and this is looking real bad right now for the side of Fnatic, and this is a game they might need. Look at this. Here we go. Crit. Hit him with it. Boom. Hook. As simple as that. You know the funniest part? Even if he hooked a bird, you kill that bird right there. Whatever. You get 100 gold. He has no resummons. Bugs. Oh, Pilot die. I love it. He just held position, dodged the bugs. He might still die. No, he won't because the bugs aren't on. Now Arteezy, you're in a little bit of trouble. That's going to be dual damage. Sumail gets the kill on Pilot die. Universe gets the kill. On to Arteezy and Sumail. He's moving forward. Will they find... Oops, sorry about that. They find... Universe just goes down to Sumail. And a 2-for-1 trade. And look at the damage. Oh my goodness. Someone please stop. He's going to Sunder to save his teammate. A nice play there. Thanks.
Eternal Envy special. Going to die to Zeus right after? No, never mind.
Wow, he would have.
He's going to die.
Oh, Sumail. Oh.
I think he's dead.
No.
Is this just... I don't... This, if you're Fnatic right now, I mean, you're in this. I mean, you are obviously in this game, but you know you're a decent chunk down right now.
Oh yeah.
But you also know you've probably come back from games like this. You've got to stay focused, right? There's not much else to say. You have to stay mentally focused for something like this.
Just don't know what else. What do you do here?
Because you always get it. There's always going to be a lane empty. It feels like whether it's S4 farming or Arteezy.
They have level 6 on crit. They're most likely going to smoke with the Crystal Maiden here, get a ward up. As well as just
level 7 now.
Yeah, you have the tome. Are they not going to smoke, really? Interesting.
And now there's a ward there. Oh, good ward there.
That's why you usually smoke when you're in the trees, just so in case there's potentially a ward anywhere that would see you poke your way out. They are going to be set up for this on Fnatic. I don't think EG... Oh, they actually smoked themselves on top of a creep, so...
And now they're moving top because they know the other two are over here, probably in the jungle or bottom.
Blink LC, though. You don't have global.
We are going to watch because it looks like Eternal Envy's in trouble.
I love
S4 TV's out. Uh-oh, Eternal Envy, he's dead.
Oh, no.
The hook rupture.
Hook.
I love that play by S4, knowing that, like, if he's just with his team, nothing can go wrong.
Yep.
Radiant's middle tower
And, well, maybe Eternal Envy did that to save the ward right here. Well, never mind. He'll get it anyways. Oh, man. Sumail. He's just having a decent game. Feels like EG is just complete control of this game. But Abed, with the Helm of the Dominator, is able to push lanes quickly.
Look at their ward control, and they have adoption now. Do we go for these tier 2s, or do we want to cut all the way across the map? Because they are so strong at the moment.
Yeah, I'm just looking down here, like you said, just all the way. They just control both jungles as well as mid lanes.
And those are the most, like we talk about wards that are hard to counter. Those are relatively easy, but they give the most efficient vision.
And do you really want to try to counter versus Bloodseeker who can just run at you? My bad.
Oh,
Crit.
Goodness.
Kills Eternal Envy. I'm not even sure that.
Just another hook into Zeus.
Because he has this high ground ward.
Yep. And that opens up Roche.
And I've seen
Eternal... Or they just go all the way top.
I've seen Eternal Envy come back from games, but I'm not sure about a game this. Radiant's Courier goes down, and now top lane.
That does save them because they know there's heroes coming behind them.
Yep, it looks like they all will get out. And actually, a good job pushing here by Abed. The damage on this tower, it might be enough to kill tier 2, but they are sticking around. Pilot is not 6, by the way. He is still not 6. In comes Crit. The birds, they just want to clean him out. Abed does get the last hit. Here we go. Roll in. He does have the ulti. Pudge will definitely be going down. He gets the deny somehow. Will buy back. He's going to TP immediately to the shrine. Crystal maintaining a lot of damage. The bugs are eating up. DJ wants to kill, but DJ gets owned by us for the hook. Crit does it again. And now we do see DJ kills Fly on the backside. But a 2-for-1. And they kind of knew it was coming. They do get the tier 2. Abed does get gold, and he does survive. And here you see the fight right there. Well, we're going to watch. Yeah, Crit will not get a burden. There it is. You just a decent initiation, but Crit gets that deny.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not like he tried.
Immediately buys back.
Yeah.
It's like actually just bad that you killed him because you wasted time and damage, and now you're stuck in a poor position.
Did steal 2 int though.
True.
Yeah. But the double hook and Crit.
Yeah, bottom lane, Arteezy's in deep. Got kicked under tower by DJ after playing an aggressive. He played aggressively on Universe. Got kicked under tower by DJ after he tried to run away. And luckily for him, he didn't give dual damage to Universe, but that was a little just
the thing about Terrorblade as a hero is that usually, you know, as you said, Envy loses a lot of lanes on the hero, but then wins games. The problem is you're up against what I would call is like the hyper counter, Zeus.
Yeah,
there's
Zeus
no
and Tinker are the two worst heroes to play against.
There's no point. I would say Zeus is even worse because it's so much easier for him to deal damage to you. There's nothing you can itemize for to keep your illusions alive the entire game.
They one-shot, like, even with like 3,000 health on the illusion, it gets one-shotted by the bolt.
Massive magic damage, tons of wave clear, and the global
Pilot Eye. I believe he is just dead. There is nothing else you can do. Just eats him here. S4 taking the kill. Sure will. That's a monster kill.
That's another flesh heap stack for crit.
Yep. Both sides, they love these kills. You get intellect on one, strength on the other, but there's one team who's winning. But look at this. DJ is going to find Arteezy here, but Eternal Envy actually went the other way. They knew there's a tier 1, and a smart play just bailing out. Zeus ulti will pop out. Will they chase?
Man. Yeah, he's just between tier 2s and tier 3s right now.
Yeah, oh, the hook. It actually hits Arteezy instead. They could chase DJ, but probably tough. He's just going to TP in front of him.
Fly's got the most peaceful game going on right now. He just plays some awesome wards and just chilling, walking around with aura.
Creeps. He has max Q.
This is the dream right here.
So you did say, I mean, what's Fnatic's peak now? Is it just Eternal Envy 6 slot? Is that like their only chance or what?
I think it's on the Visage.
Yeah.
Okay. What does he need to do?
He needs a pipe, and he needs to just get super aggressive. You can see it's the standard items: Medallion, HOD, pipe. And that's the timing where they're in a position where they can kill the Zeus even if he gets his ult off and like still sustain through an engagement. The problem is all of EG's heroes output so much damage, and Crit has become a real nuisance as well. He's got the same net worth as Envy.
Yeah, I want to see Crit after the Blade Mail go for a Crimson Guard.
Just so you know, I'm sure both teams are tier 2 goes down bottom on the Radiant side, and just no one's there at all. Yep. So I'm sure Dire knows where Radiant is. Radiant probably knows where Dire is as well.
We talk about EG. They're playing as Dire. You want to be in this top shrine area of Radiant and just continue playing around Roshan. Chase them into this top area. And look at mid. Arteezy just hanging out. There's another tower dying to creeps.
Blood raging the siege creep. Or sorry, yeah. Well, that is going to be a faked out Zeus ult.
And there's no tower for Fnatic to take top. It's just dead space up there. EG doesn't care. Like, they have control over what they need. This hill gives them control still of the areas between Roche. They can see the pathways.
How do you kill Weaver when he has a Lincoln?
You don't.
Like, I said he was going to go BKB, but when you have this free of a game, you're freed up to have the luxury to build these like more, you know, greedy items.
They smoke on Fnatic.
Oh, Arteezy is.
Oh, no.
In a little bit, but Zeus scans him out. Look at Arteezy, like, whoa, all right, see ya.
They're chasing him with the net creep. Nope, not going to be enough.
I've got a question. Why does when you blood rage something, it doesn't show you the plus damage it gives you? Or I guess it just doesn't?
It's kind of like when you decrep somebody, it doesn't tell you.
Yeah,
it's kind of weird.
Because I was looking, I was like, wait, he blood rages siege creep, and I looked at him like, well, it's still 40 damage, but it definitely increases it.
Yeah, it just increases it.
Percentage-based skills are strange a lot of the time. I was just making sure it did increase. I wasn't going crazy.
Yeah, because it's not like attack damage, right? It's all the damage of that unit, so it'd have to.
It applies it on. Yeah.
It's like it just calculates however much you're supposed to deal, and then it deals it like plus 40%.
So we do see Radiant still just playing around this top. Like you said, there's nothing to get done here. Oh my god, how does he split the creeps and the birds? Global will fly out. They have the stun of the birds as well. Stun's going to fly out. They are going to get some dual damage here, but in comes the rest of them. A nice silence coming out from DJ. Is it going to be enough, though? Doesn't look like it. They are all Arcane Curse. They don't want to cast abilities. Will the silence be enough on Abed? It's going to do a ton of damage. He just has to sit there up above as well. Universe is probably going to die Sumail. He wants to cast spells. And he does. He gets damage off that Aether Lens range. Look at that. From downtown, he does reapply Arcane Curse, but his Tranquils don't get canceled. He doesn't care.
Yeah, I played this matchup of Visage versus Weaver the other day, and it doesn't feel good at all, because Weaver, like, Visage is a hero that relies heavily on positioning and kind of protecting himself, and Weaver just puts the bugs on you. You don't kill them very fast, and he just makes it a nuisance in the fights.
The birds also die to physical damage more often than not, and the birds persist through the Gargoyle Stone form, so they just pop up minus like 15 armor. The bugs at times will actually finish off the birds.
Yeah, no, I've seen that before as well. And once the bugs start doing enough or minus armor, sometimes they'll even break a Gravekeeper's Cloak charge.
So right now, Eternal Envy hit level 10, has a Dragon Lance. With Metamorphosis, he does a decent amount of damage. The problem is, one stun, and he's probably just dead instantly, so he just continues to farm around the map in safe spots, which there aren't many anymore.
He went for the 30 damage on Visage over the cast range.
Let's see, Willie.
Don't see that very often.
I think they need every little scrap of DPS they can get.
Yeah. Weaver also took the mana break. I like that too, to be honest with you.
Because he was too far ahead.
Yeah, you just, who cares about XP? You have all the farm in the world. You're going to get the XP anyways.
Oh, look at EG's positioning. They're reading the smoke, not doing Roche just yet.
Oh, Eternal Envy. I think he tried to hook Eternal Envy. Didn't matter. They find DJ instead. He instantly dies. Eternal Envy now. He's getting chased down. That's the real one. He does get a nice Sunder off. Will this be a kill? It sure is on Arteezy because that Sunder Eternal Envy drops, though. And now DJ wants to get a kill. Does he have the duel? He sure does. This should be a nice one. Fly's ulti is decent, but it's not going to be good enough. See you later, Sumail. That's plus damage. But now in comes S4. Crit. Gets a nice hook off. He will drop, but S4 doing a ton of damage. So is Legion Commander, though. He gets out. There's a lot of Arcane curse on him.
He might die to the Arcane.
We're going to watch. He's going to TP.
He's
Nicely
got the
done.
Lincolns.
We'll see this. Yeah. Do we have a team fight recap?
I think if EG had been a little more hesitant, we'll probably have a replay in a second. I feel like they could have really crushed through that team fight, because you can see there's an engage. They get the initial kill on DJ, but he buys back. Looks like
the Sunder right here is a fight winner.
I think Arteezy literally just has to back away. Sumail is waiting on the high ground, ready to kill him. He's got his ultimate up still. Like, just hang out. Let Sumail do the work of taking out that Terrorblade. Fly with a nice ulti, a little to the right maybe, or he could have zoned out the team better. But at the end of the day, they win that engagement. I believe meta was not used, however, but at the same time, DDS4, how many times do we see this? Right into a Roche.
Yeah, they use the buybacks look really weird on Sumail, but if you get something out of it, it's not too bad.
When you're ahead, it's all about being ahead. There's really no punish on the buyback, because the chances of you dying and that increased respawn leading to you getting extra objectives on your side taken out is very unlikely. And it just keeps you on map. All you lose is the cost, and you go farm it. You're a Zeus.
Yep, and all right, Kyle, you were talking, so, oh my goodness, Abed, why, is this pipe is this just a game changer right when he gets it, or what do you do when you get it?
It's tough, because Arteezy is about to finish a Radiance.
That's pretty good.
Weaver, they have Aegis now.
He does finish it, by the way.
You're just down by 13k. Yeah. Pipe isn't exactly an item where it's like a recovery item. It's like a maintain a lead, or like an even game. Make sure you have the little bit of edge in the fights. And
to be a chase point, like, it's nice. It like stabilizes your team fight a bit, but the problem is it's still very defensive, and EG's just farming waves, and they're already ahead, and they've itemized to stay on map at all times.
Yeah,
like,
they have the Radiance on Bloodseeker to accelerate his farmability, like meaning he's just going to do this anyway, just do it faster.
You can't actually like outscale them ever, even with the Terrorblade, because even if Envy were managing to climb up to, like, even if it was 10k net worth right now, it doesn't change the status quo of the game.
Doesn't change the fact that they have a Zeus.
Oh, and, well, he is going to get that off. It's going to be another kill on Bloodseeker. Eternal Envy with the Sunder play. Hey, you gotta do everything you can, and that is a big one. 427 gold for EE. He's halfway to, okay, a little less than halfway to a BKB. He's getting there. You get a pipe BKB, all of a sudden, with Metamorphosis, you're pumping out damage. And now we see S4. I mean, this guy's fight. He's the most farmed in the game right now, is the offlane Weaver. Almost has a full Maelstrom. Fly. This guy's been farming a lot, but just has an urn, has Tranquil Boots. He's just pushing out lanes.
Yep. It is still possible. I've seen Fnatic come back from worse.
And it's Eternal Envy's best hero to do some comebacks on.
Yep, the aggro Sunders are an Envy special. I don't see any other TBs really plan on that maneuver.
And this Blade Mill, right? It's one of the biggest after Blink. You get a Blade Mill, you can pretty much solo kill anyone you want on the other team, right? Besides maybe the Weaver with Lincolns. Yep. BSJ, this TB, what does he need to get after BKB? You just go straight into Manta after that? Or is there anything else better?
I honestly am not sure. I think you might just need to go all out Manta Butterfly.
I like that.
That's the sort of expertise we like.
Yeah, Sumail, ultis, he TVs immediately. We are going to see a hook. It's coming out. Abed, though, going to try to chase him down. The silence is here, but now the silence is gone. They're going to try to run back. Crit, can he make it away? The birds just attack him. So much damage coming out. He pops his Blade Mill. They need to be a little careful, but they get it, and that's +2 for Pilot Die.
Arcane Rune Zeus, though, you got to be careful. Here come the rest of the team. S4 beelining straight towards that top area of the map. You got to get out of here if you're Fnatic. Back into the base.
Yep, they do see him running through this bottom ward, so they only have one ward on map, but it helps them out right here for Fnatic.
And you said Zeus, man.
And you've been saying I mean, Bloodseeker was the BKB here. Do you like the Radiance before BKB
for sure.
on him?
Yeah. When they're this far ahead, you don't want to commit to an item that forces you into like taking engagements. Just accelerate and ensure that no matter what happens, as the game stagnates, you're always going to be farming 60 to 70% of the map.
And here we see it. The bug is on the bird right now. That'll be one bird kill. We're going to see a roll forward, actually. Is he going to do bluff? Doesn't look like it, but no, he just didn't. He didn't blink far enough. DJ will go down. Pardon me for that. And Sumail, he ends up getting the kill there. And I don't know. What can you do versus Zeus? He has the Aegis as well.
I love his item build as well. Like, whenever you have the Aether Lens on Zeus, it's so nice to get the Blink Yules too, because just increased range it makes your hero so much fun to play, and this is also like the Sumail style. You know, he's going to try his best to outplay, outmaneuver you. He doesn't want to go like that Veil Ags build. That's boring.
What did we say they lacked on Fnatic? Reach.
Yep.
The only way he dies is Legion Commander duel.
And and Spirit
that's,
rolls and
I mean,
that's tough.
But like, yes, reasonably speaking, if he's positioned correctly with Aether Lens, Blink, Yules, I don't think he's dying to anything other than Legion Commander duel. And that's so easy to play around when you're this far ahead.
He is a human, and humans definitely can make mistakes, as we've seen. I believe he is, but, you know, watching him play some open AI stuff, maybe not.
I believe the proper term is the king.
Or the king.
Yeah.
Most kings are humans, though.
As far as I know, yeah.
Except King Midas, but yeah.
I don't know about that. I'm pretty sure he was human.
Oh, top lane.
We are going to see it. He's going to go for him with the Blade Mill. That's an easy plus.
Oh, but here comes the team. I'm sure Fly's got to buy back if he wants to, but they might not even need him.
He doesn't have buyback.
He's nervous. Oh, now they get the birds in front. He tries to hook. Nice angle by Abed.
He's purged.
He is. That's about it, though.
Yep, that's the extent of that.
Look at this.
They want to just get this. That's 200 gold. I'll take it.
Envy still has no BKB. 200 gold until...
Well, on the back, though, will they find one? They want to get him. That's a global silence if they can find. S4 might just dive deep for this and ulti out. No, he's nervous. The silence from DJ. He does have the ulti. And there it is. He ends up getting the kill. Simple as that. That's level 3 ulti. And he is going for the Nimbus now. Having 2 ultimates on such low cooldown that do an insane amount of damage, pretty good.
Yep. It's just, it's how you win games, pretty much. In a nutshell, if you want to study EG and VGJ closing out games, I'd say the most effectively of many of the teams at this tournament. Didn't get to see too much of Liquid, but
yeah,
they just style on you.
Yeah. What was the nerf to Nimbus? Was it 50 circular?
Yeah, it was 450.
25?
Now it's 400.
Was it radius or diameter?
Radius.
That would be.
It was radius.
What's the difference?
Diameter would be twice as much.
I know there's pi, like with the pi diameter and radius.
Yeah, like apple.
Yeah. That's defined the circumference.
Grandma's apple pie.
Yeah, apple pie. That's what you're referring to, correct?
Yes, correct.
Dude, how did you do in trigonometry?
You think I got that far in math class? Are you serious? I was stuck in Algebra 1 for 4 years. Shoot. Fly has a Blink Dagger, by the way, going BKB. TB has his BKB. He is going Manta. He's almost level 15. I mean, they're in the game, right? The game is not over, which is big in a Fnatic
They're just
game.
a crit hook away from losing the game, I feel like. That's what EG's game plan is. Just out-farm you, eventually he'll hook somebody, and then...
It's such a cool hero. I love like the pudge factor. Like, it actually just changes the way the game can be played, because as you said, like, it's the only spell that can actually grab someone and bring them towards you on such a low cooldown. Like,
the only other one's Bat Rider, and he has to like put himself in position to do that.
Yeah, you just literally farm the 3 lanes, and eventually the Zeus vision combined with the pudge hook. Like, you'll land someone.
Yeah.
Roche may respawn in a minute. We'll know better. Then that might be EG's. I mean, obviously, if Crit gets a hook, you just get a kill, but you might just be waiting for that Roche, which probably 2 to 3 minutes. It is. He's going to find him. Pilot Eye does get handled, but look at this. It's going to be a duel instead. Pilot Eye will go down, and somehow Crit's still alive. The Blade Mill gets Yules in the air. They still get the win, though. Will Universe die? Here's the real question. Nice freeze by Fly. They will bring him down. No buyback on either of those two. Do the Dire know that? They do not. So they do got to be careful for overextending. We know they do not.
You just want to wait out the meta now, though. There's no need to commit too hard. You know the Silencer is still dead. He has BKB meta active. No need to go in here. Next Aegis is the one that you get. Probably look to finish the game if you're EG.
And the Weaver did go for he didn't go for the +2 Swarm attacks, which versus a lot of summons, wouldn't you want more attacks so they're more focused on that? Or why do you go
No, it's because you can't really kill the bird the bugs with your birds.
Okay.
So, and also Silencer, Earthbeat, like none of the, you don't have time in these team fights, Fnatic, to deal damage to the bugs. So it's better to just get that raw damage amplification. And
gotcha.
You can just tell, like, the Radiance build on Arteezy, if you want to know why it's so effective, just look at his net worth. He was the one sacrificed, and yet pretty soon he'll be #1 net worth on his team, and that's
impressive.
Pretty good, yeah.
And he builds to recover very well. I think he previously this year when they weren't doing so hot as EG, not this exact iteration, but I feel like he was trying to get too much done when he had a rough start. And now I feel like he's definitely blended. He definitely understands the meta way better. And you can tell with his item builds on Gyro last game, this game on Bloodseeker, he builds just the right amount of items that he knows he needs to be able to be a part of the game and have impact, but then he goes back for the farming, recovery, scale into the late game items.
I just know, I did not know Clarity was dispellable. It's just a weird thing, yeah.
Like by purges?
Yeah, it just says if you alt-click over a Clarity dispellable, obviously you usually just hit it off, but hey.
Hey,
I know you're trying to pass the time,
do you know runes are dispellable too?
Yes, I do know that one.
Okay.
But not by positive dispels anymore.
True.
They used to be by BKB.
So, oh man, I mean, you have cores who just keep getting better late game, right? You have the 150 gold per minute talent now, and I'm looking at the Terrorblade. I'm looking at Eternal Envy. He's got a Yasha. Now, he does, when Metamorphs is up, he does a good amount of damage if they get some stuns on crucial heroes. It's a lot of ifs for Fnatic, but they are in it.
True. And you can see though, like, look, EG is always playing so split around the map, pushing every lane, whereas Fnatic's forced to be 5. And the Zeus ult finds the entire team. Here they come.
Universe, he got his TP canceled actually by the Nimbus because they saw the hook's gonna hit on Eternal Envy. Can he get anything off? Global Silence will be there. That looks like they want to kill Universe first. He will get brought down. No, he won't because Eternal Envy helps him out. He's BKB'd. Will he TP out? No, he went for it. Now he's dead. Metamorphosis is off cooldown, but he has no buyback right now, and they might just end this game right now. Can they? It's a 3 versus 5, pardon me. The birds are helping keep him out of the base. Metamorphosis luckily wasn't used, and he tried, he was still BKB'd, right? So he went for the Sunder save. It wasn't enough, and now instead Eternal Envy's dead.
I think
you gotta make risky plays, right?
Yeah, but I think the risky play is to Sunder the Bloodseeker and try to kill him.
Okay.
Like you were like 50% health or so, and
just go for the turnaround.
I don't think saving your Legion's gonna change this game is what I'm trying to say. Like, if you can kill the Bloodseeker, maybe that will change something. But it's Eternal Envy. He honestly favors playing towards enabling his teammates.
We're going to see a duel on the max side. Bloodseeker will get hooked out, as Kyle talked about in the draft, and now they're not going to be able to get killed. They're actually going to eat him. Universe will go down, and thanks, Arteezy says, if I must. And now S4 gets the kill on Abed. And this game is looking real rough. We do have a buyback Rupture on Eternal Envy. He's going to be sitting in base for about 10 seconds
DJ
here.
tanks the bolt for him.
And there's the Blood Rage on the Zeus.
Oh,
the hook into the kill!
Yeah, wow. He nails it. Now Sumail kills Pilot Die. The Blood Rage Zeus, as you said. And it's good game called. Wow. This was, I mean, game 1, a very back and forth, evenly played game for about, what, 30 minutes? Game number 2. EG kind of ran over him. I mean, the top lane, right, it was the tri-lane. They did get a couple early kills, but it felt like after 5 minutes, Fnatic, they struggled to do anything.
Indeed, and just a clinical performance from EG. I think they demonstrate, look, if you give us our 3 versatile cores, and specifically this Crystal Maiden, man, they don't lose with this hero.
Yeah.
They're going to dominate. Like, they just played a smooth, easy game. Like, it was easy. It was like they were playing a pub. The item builds are perfect every time. The way they played 10-0, 18 on S4, 11-1 and 18 on Sumail.
It's pretty good.
That's a first pick Weaver, by the way.
Yep.
I feel people are still trying to figure out exact ways to deal with these type of heroes, and like a lot of them have been figured out, but like now they're getting banned. So they're banning those heroes and then picking the Weaver first. And when I'm looking at a last pick hero, you have these heroes that are very situational, very niche, but they have like significant impact in some sort of the game. But I look at their weaknesses, and I think Visage in particular, you look to pick him in games where you're concerned about his level 1 to 5. You're concerned about the laning stage, because if you can get the ball rolling on that hero, he's quite powerful. But it's not only his lane that matters, but if your entire team is having a rough start, then they're just going to invade your lane like they did. And so if I'm going to pick Visage, I think to myself, we have to not be concerned about the lanes. And you're against Bloodseeker Weaver, like 2 of the strongest laning cores in the side lanes in the entire game. And I just... Whenever you're picking these niche heroes, I don't like picking them if their weaknesses are
what you're saying
punishable.
Is Visage wasn't the greatest 10th pick.
Yeah, weak laners. If you have weaknesses in your draft, don't last pick a hero that suffers the same weakness.
Yep. Kyle, any closing thoughts from you before we end it right here?
I would say Fnatic. This is about where I expected them at the top half of the lower bracket. They have weaknesses. They've had the same all year. Their fans know. I know. You know. If they can turn it up, fix some of these weaknesses, specifically in the drafting, and then just you can't sacrifice your cores in the way that they do.
Yep, they're a very wild card team.
Yeah.
You get a tournament
Fun to watch, though.
Yep, exactly.
EG
Yes.
looked like a team that could win this event.
Yep. Outside of the Liquid games, they've looked very good. But they can study that, right? That's why it's good to play them in the group stage. You got to study that. You got to figure out because Liquid did make them almost look like child's play.
And VP seems to be faltering. It's been a common theme at their TIs. Getting 2-0'd by Vici today. Now, I would say EG Liquid. To me, EG Liquid, VGJ, they seem like they're the ones on top. VP, I'm waiting to see if they turn up for the bracket stage. But so far, been very impressed with the Dota that they're playing. This is easily the best iteration of EG we've seen since, I would say, going all the way back to
the Demon era.
Even last TI. No.
The Beat era. Yeah.
The Beat era.
Yeah. Well, that will wrap it up here for us. There will be one more game. You'll be joined by Lumi and Winter. You should stick around, but I believe Evil Geniuses, they are done for now. Fnatic, they are done unless there is going to be, or do they have another series? Or
no,
they're waiting for the tiebreakers. So we're going to take a quick break here. When we come back, there's one more series, so stick around.